I'm just reflecting whether I should go live today or not. I'm in a bit of an emotional state. Lots happening today. A lot of the time you sort of wonder why you do what you do. I've even been grumpy. I've had a cup of coffee. And a few those little wee hard biscuits you have with your coffees, which I always like. So technically speaking, I'm off to a good start. I've even got some music for you guys that I'm going to put on. Have a listen to this.
Your bags, we're heading to Rome. Luxury villas and a second home. A better life, a better way. Just sign up today and you'll be okay. They showed me beaches, yachts and pools. Told me Warren Buffett wrote the rules. Make money.
There I was reflecting on whether I should go live today or not. And then I realized I had a VPN on, and the VPN was not allowing me to. I would like to have a VPN, but VPNs actually cost money, and I don't have much money. So I downloaded VPN Nord, and NordVPN allows me to randomly connect to any server in the world. And what I was actually doing before I went live as I was looking at Christopher Delgado's some useless newspaper. I think they're called WFTP, not WFTP, but I had to bring it up. It's going to be a bit of a mission today. So this is what I was trying to view before I went live, and to view this I had to turn on a VPN because I'm in New Zealand. That's okay. But my VPN is free because I use VPN Proton. But it allows you to use it for a limited time, but it picked Japan. So then I hit reconnect, and then it picked another country, and I thought, oh, good, I'm getting closer. I think I went to some other country. And then it came up with this message saying, oh, you've had your free amount of refreshes today. You have to upgrade to refresh to get the country you want. But who I was hoping to connect to is the States. So I could view this latest information, which is pretty cool. Anyway, we have got some good news, and I got some messages from some friends I made just recently on, what do they call that thing? On Signal. When I went to America, I met some lovely people, and they just sent me a message, and the group chat I've got is called The Truth, and there's some passionate people in there, unsung heroes, people that have put what they believe on the line to go after Christopher Delgado and his merry men and do good old-fashioned, real, true, honest reporting. And I spent the morning in the New Zealand High Court defending one article that I published about an individual with a judge who had no idea what really is going on in this world. And just before I went live, I think somebody said, hope you won. I probably haven't won this battle. And I'm just thinking to myself, why do I do this? I obviously can't win every battle. But if I said to you that I've got this investment opportunity and there's 95% chance that it's going to be correct all the time, you'd probably invest. But with my job, as you know, I have a database of individuals which we go after. Now, can I honestly sit here and tell you, I mean, this is a great example. SmartLab, now rebranded to something else. My team of Avengers shut down smartlab.international, their domain name. All of a sudden, everybody had to re-sign up with new KYC details, because theoretically that website was where they stored everything. I believe this is a $350 million scam. We've got video evidence here of people committing money laundering, telling them to put money into their bank accounts, and they claim they're going to transfer it into SmartLab. We have done a massive investigation on that originally. Then I lost interest in it. There was another reporter that was trying to publish information about it, and they wrote an article about my journalism, gave me a hard time, simply because I wouldn't remove somebody's name from my material because they were part of the scam, and they were just there as an advisor, so they didn't think they should have their name in it. And the guy that they were advising actually died by suicide because part of it was because he invested in this company. And then they said it was such a traumatic event that the advisor should be removed from the record. And I disputed it. So next minute, this other journalist who's probably in the same, I don't know about league, but they published an article about my journalism. And then they've said, oh, if you take your stuff off, I'll take my stuff off. And I go, okay, no, I'm not taking my stuff off. Fuck off. Anyway, and then how did we get to hear about this?
I'm going to look in there.
Did we hear about SmartLab at the start? Because of two stupid old men that should be retired. Mike Lucas and whatever his name is, his partner in crime. And we published about this ages ago. This video is a year ago. From me scrounging around in the internet, finding this SmartLab opportunity, I have stumbled across what I believe a $350 million Ponzi scheme that has taken people to the cleaners, which is still going, even though my little wee team of Avengers have taken down this website. Now, one of those individuals, the marketers behind it, we saw, and there is a method of my madness, Harvey Joseph Doxter Jr., the third. He stood up in a BG Wealth sharing seminar endorsing BG Wealth sharing, which I believe is a $1 billion scam. And I'm thinking, what the heck is this guy doing on the stage at a scam conference, endorsing the scam when he's been involved in this other scam? Mike Donaldson is the name I was thinking of. Mike Lucas. So he's off promoting another scam. You go into here, and look, it just so happens I have 4 scams that he's been promoting. This one has taken money off people as well, and he's promoting it. You know what he did? When I started exposing him, he did a copyright strike on one of my videos. And then I went to YouTube and said, he's an idiot. So they said, oh, well, we'll just give you 10 days and we'll put the video back, which they did. And then he filed a lawsuit in the courts claiming that I had some copyright breach. Didn't even mention the copyright agreement in the letters. And now the scam's fallen over. AMC Global, a fake CEO, a guy from Nigeria, German-born Nigerian. We went through the whole scam, and we showed, and this is another.
What if I told you that this man that you're looking at? What if I told you that this man that you're looking at is not who he says he is? Surely you'd believe me, because this is a ridiculous way. And look at those glasses, clearly disguised.
Brendan did an amazing investigation about this particular guy.
This looks exactly like him, but
he found the guy.
Who came up with is that he had to be an actor, and I was right. Here he
is here.
No wonder he turned to scammer.
They were proclaiming that this guy was a CEO of a multi-million-billion-dollar company. There is a rant. There is a bit of a rant here, because today, if you haven't been kept up with current events, Christopher pleaded guilty. Christopher Delgado of Goliath Ventures has pleaded guilty to, what he's been charged to do. And I was going to prepare a set of blogs talking about, the indictment. We've got 20 pages to go through here. Susie rang up and read this to me today. It was it's pretty breathtaking. You know, and I think what I'm trying to say is this is kind of why I do what I do, because when we get these guys admitting guilt, and, you know, it's hard to read because this guy, the money he spent on shit, on Louis Vuitton bags and pool tables, and, you know, it's just breathtaking. And I think what I'm getting at today, if you can read through the lines, is we're in the trenches. We're going after the people who are promoting this shit. And we can't get it right all the time. But since when do people not want to do an honest day's work for an honest day's pay? Am I saying that right? You know, and, you know, how do I get to do this professionally? Because I'm not against standing and driving the bus through these people who are promoting this crap. You know, I'm not out exposing people. But as I said, we've got 27 co-conspirators here using Goliath Ventures as an example. Now, we're sort of just reading between the lines of the documents that we've just seen, and they're talking about 5 people who may be co-conspirators. We don't know. 5 people that may have directly been involved with Goliath Ventures, we don't know. We are hoping that they're actually going to go after other individuals in a whole separate case. That's what we're hoping. And they'll have their own co-conspirators. But today I was in the High Court of New Zealand defending a guy that's admitted what he's done. And I'm battling with a judge trying to show him what AI characters look like and how people are using AI these days, which I think it's quite funny. But a good video, if you guys want to have a look, is there's a video that Jim Browning's just put out.
To come into the room so that they would share the same face. I tried my best.
Hello. I can see you now.
You can see me, right?
I can indeed.
So this guy that you're looking at, you can see the pinheads above him here. This is where they had pictures of the previous guy. So this here's a different setup. Whereabouts. But what I'm getting at is these guys, you can see them, they're all using the same office. But, you know, these are the AI characters people are now using to convince people. But I can tell you now, when you explain to people how they do this, now look at this.
Real forehead because the AI can't identify the face. A second scammer enters the frame, and for a brief moment, the AI hasn't kicked in to identify his face so we can see what he really looks like. Let's see that again. Here's the real face and the fake one. I mean, if you're going to fake something, you may as well make yourself better looking.
Yeah, but so it's hard for us to fight this warfare in the trenches when I believe the news, the court system isn't really about justice. It's about doing things to the letter of the law. And also, if I said to you that every time we do a expose on an individual or a company, we're expected to get it 100% right. And it doesn't always work that way. The Red Raptor. You're going to say I'm waffling on?
No. Good day, mate.
G'day, mate. You don't sound like a bloody Aussie. Sorry. You sound like a poor version of an Aussie. You've got your thongs on, haven't you? The Red Raptor.
Come on, Danny boy. I got a bourbon waiting for you over here in America.
America. We've had bourbons together, haven't we? Yeah. Yeah. Just a bit.
Let's go, Danny boy.
All right.
Let's go.
All right. I'm into it. Anyway, good news is, people, Christopher has pleaded guilty. There's a plea agreement. We will do some content. Hopefully I'll be able to afford to get a VPN and we can watch the content. I can watch the video, all the news report, yesterday's newspaper, and the like. But in the meantime, I want you guys to listen to a bit of a rock song, because this is actually what we're here for today. And have a listen to this.
Your bags, we're heading to Rome. Luxury villas and a second home. A better life, a better way. Just sign up today and you'll be okay. They showed me beaches, yachts and pools. Told me Warren Buffett wrote the rules. Make money while you sleep, they said with a grin. But first recruit 3 people to get in. I came for travel, sunshine, and fun, but somehow ended up chasing everyone. I wanted holidays, cocktails, and sea. Now I'm messaging strangers at 3:30. 3 to profitability. That's the secret they sold to me. I booked a trip but spent the whole flight recruiting passengers left and right. Free.
All right, put yourself on mute. Put yourself on mute, Rich. We're going live. All right. All right. I've got my peep talk. I'm in the way. I just, everything about today, I shouldn't be live. I'm broadcasting later than normal. I pressed go on my audio computer and my whole computer froze and crashed. And then I've come back and we've gone live again. And I've got a lot of reading to do. But this is investigation is quite important. I've got my Avengers, which I love dearly, in my chat room, and I feel like pulling my eyes out before I start. So, anyway, let's get into it. I might blow my nose. Hold it. Okay. Probably going to get stuff this one. First thing I have to do is practice the word
Travorium.
Travorium. Can I please have my Travorium pronunciation so I can get the word Travorium working right on the screen? Would be much appreciated. So I'm gonna set up a wee box. How can I remember to say they've forgotten already. Transvorium. Anyone want to help me do that? You're more than welcome. I'll just set up a new note. Travorium. How can I sound that out to me, man? Travel, or Travorium.
Like you're gonna travel. Travorium.
Or and then rimming. Travorium.
I
rum.
say
Rum.
Like HHHMMM.
Travorium. Rum.
Yep.
Transorum.
Travorium.
Travorium. The last part doesn't see it's
You just said it.
Travorium.
You just said it and then you cut yourself off. You said it.
Oh
right
my
there.
God. It's remembering it. So I'm probably going to get a lawsuit from doing this this blog. But anyway, let's get into it. I've got this Travorium. I'm going to add a V in there. Why can't scams have easy names for dyslexic people? That's what I want to know. Let's get into it. Anyway, all right. Hello, I'm Danny DeHick. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. It's nice to see the chat room flourishing with comments from people who want to support the work that we do. We're here to name and shame anyone running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or a scam. However, today I've got one that may not be a scam, but maybe an interesting story if you're thinking about travel. Travorium is not a simple investigation because the easier answer would be to call it a scam and just move on. But that's not how I work. If I'm not if I'm going to put my name on an investigation, I need to separate out what can be proven, what can be claimed, and what remains unanswered. I should also be upfront about something. I spent years investigating Ponzi schemes, pyramid schemes, and multi-level marketing opportunities, and I am deeply skeptical of the business model that relies on heavily on recruitment. That does not mean that every multi-level marketing scheme is illegal. It does not mean that every multi-level marketing company is a scam. And I need to be very clear about that. What concerns me is that the overwhelming majority of participants in these types of opportunities often earn little or nothing at all. And in Travorium's own income disclosure statements, more than 88% of participants earn no income whatsoever. Now, I have to repeat that because that is their own sword. 88% of participants earn no income whatsoever. Maybe they're all just benefiting from the travel plan that they've purchased. The company has been operating for more than a decade in one form or another. It offers travel-related services. It has members. It has people who appear to be satisfied with the product. Those facts matter. At the same time, the question that keeps returning throughout my investigation was not whether Travorium exists. It was whether the business is primarily built around travel or around recruitment. That distinction becomes more important when you compare Travorium to some of the largest travel companies in the world. Now, you would have heard of all these names, such as Expedia, Booking.com, Travel Advisor, Airbnb, as the biggest business in the world with no accommodation, selling accommodation. It's pretty cool. Priceline, which I haven't heard of. Hotels.com. I used to do a lot of affiliate marketing for Hotels.com. And I'll be honest, I used to earn a couple of $1,000s a month from affiliate sales by promoting Hotels.com. Hotels.com. It used to also be called lastminutebookings.com. And the other one I didn't hear of, Costco Travel.
New donation from someone.
Well, thank you very much for the donation. That's really, really kind. Really appreciate that. My scripter might actually reply to you in real time and say, thank you for that donation. That's what we're trying to do. So these companies that I just mentioned, they've built enormous customer bases without asking travelers to recruit other travelers. Did you hear that? All those companies I read out you would have heard of, they don't use the same marketing strategies. They do not offer ambassador ranks, primary compensation plans, residual commissions, or leadership bonuses. Oh dear. Their success is measured by people booking holidays, not by people building organizations. Some people will argue that if Travorium was doing something illegal, it would have been shut down years ago. Perhaps. But that is not the question I set out to answer. My job is not to determine legality. I can't even say it properly. My job is to examine the evidence, follow the claims, ask whether the story being presented to prospective members matches the reality revealed by their own company documents. We're Austin investigators. It means we use open source intelligence to do our investigations. So if it's online, we'll find it. After reviewing the presentation, the compensation plans, the trading systems, income disclosures, and the company history, I keep returning to the same question. Is Travorium primarily in the business of sending people on holiday, or is it primarily in the business of recruiting people into travel membership opportunities? The answer to that question sits at the heart of everything that follows. Now, I went a bit crazy as per normal. First of all, we stumbled across Isaac Carr. Now, an hour and a half ago, I was actually on a Zoom meeting with an Avenger, and I was showing them how these people are in Zoom meetings promoting multi-level marketing. And that Avenger, which none of my other Avengers know, I forgot to say one important thing. Now, this guy was in a Zoom meeting promoting a known multi-level marketing company to prospects. So why is that a big deal? Well, if you go to my website, deheck.com, and you can see me in an outrage, storming into Zoom meetings, causing disruption and mayhem. That's what we do. If you come down here, you can see a form where you can even put in Zoom meetings where you see people promoting multi-level marketing. If you go to the acceptable user guidelines that Zoom put in front of their customers, it says you may not use Zoom to promote trades or engage in the following: counterfeit goods and services, drug-controlled substances, human smuggling and trafficking, products made from endangered or protected species, sexual services, damn, gaming, betting, or waging activities. All the terrible things that you hear about on the news with all the criminal cartel networks, correct? And the last one, well, the second to last one here, unauthorized
New donation
multi-level
from
marketing.
VPN for Queen Feet Pics.
VPN for Queen Fit Pics. Thank you. That's an unusual name, but I think the VPN gesture is lovely. I get it. So multi-level marketing businesses are not meant to be using Zoom to do their dirty work. And just before we went live, I was in this meeting with, I'm going to show you because he might even be live now, but you have to use a password to get in here because he doesn't want people just storming into his meeting. Put the password in there. The next minute, we're in the Zoom meeting, and here's Isaac's personal meeting room, and he's in here promoting multi-level marketing to people. So this individual tells me that he's not doing anything illegal. He's telling me that they're not a scam. However, if we just go back to the basics, he's using Zoom against the user policies of the platform. Now, he's paying $20 a month. Zoom's going, thank you for the money. Now, because Zoom doesn't stop him or enforce their policies, that's a different argument. Let's get rid of those things. So what we're doing there, we've also, just to make it clear what's right in front of me, Behind MLM has also published information about Travorium, and it started way back called Pay to Save. It was a travel card or something, and there's David Hart, the CEO, and he's done a whole article all about it. And we do reference to this article, but you can actually quickly see the levels of compensation and multi-level marketing behind it. So we won't go there again. We'll shut that down. So now we've showed you about the Zoom control. So now we can get back on track. We've even gone and created ourselves some music, which is really cool. And if you want to find our music, it's pretty cool. I'm just going to show you what we've got you here. And we've got the wee audience, which is lovely. So we go to my YouTube channel.
Danny,
yo.
Quick question, Danny, from the audience. How much do we need to VPN Danny Dak?
Oh, look, it's a generous offer, but the reality, if I turn a VPN on, I won't be able to broadcast on 6 different platforms at the same time. So I use it privately, and normally I get away with it. But it was just ironic today that I wanted to view something in the US, and my VPN just grabs any computer to connect to, and it just happened to connect to Japan twice. So, but it's just I don't know.
Well, let's use it on your old computer so you can check out the files in the US at least.
Yeah, but then I want to broadcast them on the screen. I'm pretty sure if I went to WFTV, if I actually went to WFTV, oh look, I'm doing things wrong here now. Actually, I'm just going to do that for a laugh, Richard. I'm just going to go to VPN, WFTV. Why the hell would they call radio TV WFTV? What a funny name. So this is a channel, and if I come down here, there probably would be a video of Christopher. No, they haven't put it online yet. takes a wee while to come online, but all the other ones are there. Look, it's not a biggie. I'm sure I'll find it. I'm sure people are trying to poke it at me at the moment, but let's not focus on that. I'll carry on. So what I were originally going to do before Richard come along is if you go to my YouTube channel, you can see here I've got 13 more links. You can come down here and you can see here's my music. So if you want to find the music, we're having a bit of fun with it at the moment. You will see that we've got all sorts of music. We're just about ready to create our own CD-ROM, which is going to be quite exciting. But that's how you find it if you're wondering. Anyway, most stuff's linked on my website. So let's get into it, guys. It's sometimes it's the camel that broke the back. And what I mean by that is I'm only human and I have a lot of support and I'm all good. But sometimes some things push you over the edge, and it's just silly little things. Like when I went live today, I clicked that button and I said, I don't know whether I should be doing a live today. And then my computer froze. It was like, what? And I thought, how crazy is that? Then it was the VPN, obviously, which I forgot I had on. And before I go live on anything that we do, there's so many check boxes that you need to do. And it was just ironic that I was trying to look at something with a VPN and that was one of my checklists I didn't have on my checklist. But next time I will put on my checklist to make sure that we go live. Now, I know Isaac is actually here in the audience because I actually rang him a few times. And Isaac was nice enough to come in here and tell me that he would answer any questions for me in regards to I can't even remember what I need to type in there. Travorium. All right, join. I'm trying to think of the command word I used for my chat thing. So Isaac, you did say that you would come on here and I hate when people say you said that you would answer any of my questions and you'd be happy to get on another phone call and answer my questions. Now, since we had the conversation, I have to explain all this, sorry guys, but what we had the other day was a bit of fun. And when I say fun, if you go to my live section of my YouTube channel, we do some pretty cool stuff. We just so happened to go into, I've forgotten where it was, but one of these, I think it was, I do timestamp things, meetings, corporate records. I'll have a wee look. There I am going again. Oh, here it is here. So what we did previously is we started off doing a Team 50 meeting, and then we discovered, let's see what Travorium miracle product this company here is offering just before we get into it. Hello, is that Richard in there? I think it is.
To explain
it is.
The pay plan.
Happy Farms Day. So this was Isaac, and we listened to Isaac for a good 2 hours go on about how wonderful Travorium was. And he showed all the presentations.
Book trips with them or try to convince their friends to book their class reunion.
And honestly, 80% of his presentation was all about recruitment, nothing really to do about holidays and laying in the sun, as I mentioned in my introduction. But ironically, we later on thought we'd ring him, and he answered the phone. Here we go. As I do. We're talking to Mr. Aaron.
Hello.
G'day, is that Aaron? Mr. Aaron, is it? No. Isaac Aaron?
Who am I speaking with?
So notice he said, who am I speaking with? Didn't answer my question with this was Mr. Aaron or Isaac Aaron, but through our research, we found out that his real name may be Isaac Aaron, but his alias name was actually Isaac Carr. So we weren't sure of his name, but just little wee things we do like that for a reason. You're probably wondering why we called him and did we have it wrong, but we were fishing to see what response we got. Danny DeHeck's my name. We've just been broadcasting your show live on the internet, my friend.
Yeah, I saw. I think I saw you post that in the Zoom.
So we caused major havoc in a Zoom meeting to the point where he was like a circus performer trying to stop us. But in his fairness, he was actually quite a nice guy to talk to. we got to the stage where we were showing him diagrams of pyramids saying this is a pyramid scheme. And he goes, no, it's not. And I'm going, well, in your own presentation, we saw pyramids and all sorts of weird and wonderful things like that. And then we look at the pay scales. Like we had an argument here with him on the phone. Well, I had an argument. I actually started yelling a wee bit down the phone, I must admit, not my proudest moment. But what he was telling me is that once I've signed up and I get 16 people underneath me and they all pay $130 a month, which is their premium plan. I think you sign up and you pay, we'll find this out in a minute, $259. And then $50 of that goes to the person that introduced you to it. And then if you get 16 people on your left leg and your right leg, you will get a residual income of $500 a month. So he was telling me that 3 people in the 21 people that he's recruited have already achieved this. And I'm going, bullshit. And he goes, oh, I know, it's true. And I'm like, okay, then. So I said, I do not have enough friends in my life, obviously. But what we see is that one scheme, like, so this particular guy used to be in Legal Shield. Legal Shield's legal. He said he had a community of 2,500 people. So now Legal Shield has changed how much commission they pay people. So he's now pivoted, because that's what they tell you to do if you listen to Warren Buffett. And now he's marketing Travorium to his same individuals that he was recruiting over here with Legal Shield. That's what they all do. And that's why we watch these people promoting things in Zoom meetings when they shouldn't be, to the same communities they've built trust with. And then they pivot to another opportunity that's paying the commissions, because this isn't about travel. This is all about paying commissions to people. And this is what we go after these people, because I think this is disgusting. Now, it's not illegal as such, because you might argue, well, the police would have locked them up by now. But how do we stop these people telling people half-truths? Stuff that isn't. So I challenged this guy, and he claimed that he had 3 people out of the 21 that he's recruited so far. He's only been doing this a month, that have already reached that stage where they're getting $500 a month coming in or more. And it's all coming from telling people travel memberships. So that was how we sort of started our investigation. So you can go back, and how it works is I was actually recording another meeting, and it was about another scheme that we were investigating. And literally while we were investigating this scheme, they were deleting their YouTube channel, their TikTok account, their everything to destroy the evidence. So as I was doing that live investigation, we got distracted by Isaac. And I said to Isaac, well, I'll tell you what I'll do, Isaac, because he was a reasonable fella, nice enough on the phone. He said he watches my stuff and he likes what I do, but he's not a scammer. And I go, over my, and you know. And then I got a recording sent by somebody high up in the company who was talking to him. And they alleged that Danny DeHeck earns millions of dollars from my YouTube channel and what I do. They said I'm a professional and I make millions of dollars. I can't even play it to you because I'll expose the person that I was talking to. And also, what else do I do? It was friggin' hilarious. I lie. And while we're going down this rabbit hole, sorry guys, I want to show you something interesting, because on my website, the same recording claimed that what they could do to stop Danny DeHeck is to pay him $1,000, and then he would publish whatever people do. So basically, people are telling me that I'm doing this all for money, and yes, I would like to generate enough money. And I often say, because I'm very open, and I shouldn't be so open, but I do need money to survive. But this company here, so he was alleging that if you give Danny money, he'll jump. He'll do whatever you want. So I just mentioned this earlier on. This company here offered wanted my crypto address so they could send me money. And out of shits and giggles, I wrote back to them and said, what are you offering? And then I ignored them. And then they booked an express chat with me and paid me $1,000 to book an express chat with me. And in the messages, what you can read over here, they said that they'd be happy to donate to me on a monthly basis. However, the condition was that I avoid making further reviews about Orium Financial Project. The same one that we just showed you was in Behind MLM. Anyway, just for full transparency, is if you go to the bottom of that receipt, you can see your payment was refunded. So as much as I don't like returning $1,000 US dollars because I need it right now, I am not going to be paid to stop doing what I'm doing. And I don't care, and I mean this with the bottom of my heart, if I get dragged away from my local law enforcement because I've got it wrong once, maybe, or whatever it is, I'm going to do my best to research with my team of Avengers because we've had enough. We're sick of these companies being on the internet, using Zoom illegally and basically telling people false information so that they get the few recruitment dollars that the company claims you will. This guy doesn't give a flying fuck about anyone but himself. He told me in the recording that he's here to help people. He's just told me that he had 2,500 people in Legal Shield, and Legal Shield changed their commission structure. So then he pivoted into selling Travorium instead. I think I'm getting that name good. So he doesn't care about the people in Legal Shield then, does he? Because he's left them. He's now using that same database, that same people, and I'm sure Legal Shield won't like you doing that. Well, maybe there was a restricted trade where you're not allowed to take that database that you built up of 2,500 people. These people's terms and conditions is where I went through. So now we're going to have a good look at Travorium and read what I've basically just told you. Recently, I sat through a Travorium presentation delivered by promoter Isaac Carr, or maybe Isaac Aaron. Did I get that right? Don't know. Going into it, I expected to hear about travel. Now, I've been to 40 countries myself. When I turned 50, I went to Bangladesh, India, and China. China first, and then Bangladesh, and then India. It's like landing on Mars. Well, not in China. China I really enjoyed. I could live in China. Don't tell Donald. Anyway, after all, Travorium presents itself as a global travel membership operating in more than 60 countries. Now, I would challenge that, and this is what I'm getting at. I can't call this company a scam but in my country, the Commerce Commission would say, well, if you're operating in more than 60 countries, does that mean that you have accommodation available in more than 60 countries? Does it mean that you have offices in 60 countries? Does it mean that you have 0800 numbers, free calling numbers in 60 countries? Or does it mean that you've managed to get people to sign up as members in 60 countries? I would want some clarification around that because that is a claim. And that claim is used in here to give clout to the company. They're using it to actually give strength to legitimacy, offering discounted accommodation, luxury getaways, world tours, and wholesale travel pricing. Okay. What I wasn't expecting was that one of the first messages presented had nothing to do with travel. Instead, viewers were greeted with famous Warren Buffett quotes about making money while they sleep. And I challenged this individual, Isaac Carr, who's in the chat room right now, who won't come on stage. But then again, I did write you, this is why I started talking about you, Isaac, as I did actually write you a right of reply that you failed to answer. I gave you 48 hours, maybe not enough time, but I asked you a whole lot of questions and I've heard nothing back. And I'm pretty sure my mind, been busy in the brain lately, that I even sent that to Travorium as well. What normally happens when you email these people on their email addresses, they bounce back. It's batshit crazy how many people's email addresses don't work that they have advertised on their website. But anyway, I diverse. What I was expecting to see anyway. So the Warren Buffett quote, I've now used that and I've actually put that at the start here. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Anyway, what that might seem like a small detail, but it set the tone for everything that followed. Within a relatively short period of time, the presentation had moved away from travel and into discussions of residual commissions, leadership ranks, ambassador bonuses, global pools, that means the hotels have got pools, daily pay, and the possibility of earning significant monthly income by building an organization. So you might as well start your own travel company. By the time the presentation was finished, I found myself asking a question that would ultimately shape the entire investigation. So just imagine this, guys. I said you have to get 16 friends, 8 on your left leg and 8 on your right leg, and you don't have to recruit them, but you just have to be lucky enough that somebody in your pyramid has recruited them, and you have to make sure they've all signed up for the premium plan of $130 a month. Now, there's a whole lot of things that go into my head, and it's going to go too long if I explain it all, but I'm going to cover a couple of them. That's really hard to do. I've been in business for 30 years, and building that many people who will continuously pay that $130 for a start, the drop-off rate, and if you're going to spend $130 a year on travel, you realize that's $1,000 for your travel card. And if you're not traveling, and within here, they talk about how you can go on 2 holidays a year, but you've already paid $1,000 towards it. Now, you might not even use it every year, but then they say, oh, there's other benefits as well. You can get your cell phone bill halved. And I said, oh, have you got an alliance with AT&T? And they said, no, but other third-party providers have. So why can't you just go to those third-party providers and get a discount on your phone? I mean, how hard is it to get a discount on your phone bill these days? There's reward systems all over the place, isn't there? Anyway, we're getting off track there. But anyway, I just wanted to use the mentality here within a relatively short of time. So anyway, what I was looking at, I was looking at a travel company. Sorry, was I looking at a travel company, or was I looking at a recruitment opportunity built around travel memberships? I'll let you decide. The question that set me down a rabbit hole led through Travorium's compensation plans, membership agreements, training portal, corporate presentations, income disclosures, and company history. The deeper I dug, the more difficult it became to separate the travel product from the business opportunity being sold alongside it. So from travel membership to business opportunities. So yes, all of a sudden, I've signed up for a travel card, $130 a month, and all of a sudden it's now a business opportunity. Travorium describes itself as a better way to a better life. Its website and official Travorium presentations are filed with tropical destinations, luxury accommodation, world tours, and claims of significant travel savings. Members are encouraged to imagine a lifestyle filled with travel experiences that might otherwise feel financially out of reach. Hey, this is appealing to normal people. Now, we're going to read the first 2 paragraphs, then we'll have a look at the brochure quickly. On the surface, there's nothing unusual about that. Travel companies have always sold aspiration. The difference here is the travel offering appears to only be one part of the story. As I worked my way through the company presentation, training resources, and marketing material, I found myself spending far more time reading about recruitment, compensation plans, residual income, and leadership ranks that I did read about travel itself. Oh, I didn't read that. That I did read about traveling myself. I don't make no sense, Danny. Danny's brain not working.
Then I did reading about travel itself.
Oh, then I did about reading itself. People must have big breaths to get that mouthful out. Anyway, yeah, so it's all not about travel. It's all about your business opportunity. The whole marketing package seems to be. The travel membership is presented as a product, but the business opportunity appears alongside it as almost at every stage of the customer journey. So where's your destination? That's why that song's really cool if you listen to it. Members are not simply encouraged to use the service, they are encouraged to build the organizations, advance through the ranks, and pursue increasing larger commission payments. So that means you don't have to pay for your travel. You just need to recruit all year, and you get to go away for a holiday. Now, it's a job. That distinction becomes important because it fundamentally changes how the opportunity should be elevated. When a company spends as much time discussing organizational growth and compensation as it does discussing travel, it is reasonable to ask whether the primary focus is the travel itself or the expansion of the membership network behind it. So that's pretty cool. Alrighty, so what we're going to do now is just show you the travel presentation. Now, I did struggle to find this, and then all of a sudden I found the, what am I trying to say? I did struggle to find this, and then all of a sudden I found the travel, so they have a whole area on their website where you can find out about the travel. Now, I can't remember exactly, but I think it's worth having a wee quick look at it. I think it's called training. Hopefully I can spell training. Training. Am I going to find it? There it is. So I should actually link through to that. So the training this is their portal on everything to do with training, but you need to log in, but you can actually go through and look at all the documents without logging in, which is a bit strange. But I am actually going to do something that will annoy most people who know me. I'm just going to see if I can quickly go up here and edit that, because I want to make it easier for people to find this stuff. So we're going to go to training. And then next time somebody can click on it. Training portal. So I'm going to make that there, nice and bold, and add a link. Put that link in there. Make sure it opens up into a new window so it doesn't take me away from the screen when I'm reading it. And we're going to make that a capital T because it looks nicer. And then portal. Right, and then while that's refreshing, I'll go back to the travel portal. Thank you very much. So in here, you can go through and you can see all the documents. So now you can get your whole arsenal ready to start promoting this to your friends and family. And you can see they've even got Spanish, French, Russian, whatever you want, Arabic even. That's going to be good. And if so you might even be able to use these legal documents, membership agreement, electric signatures, policies and procedures, terms and conditions. So we have loaded all those into our investigation. And we have basically now we've got the presentation. So this is the presentation that you would show people if you wanted to show how wonderful Travorium is. So let's have a quick look through it. So we've got David Hart, co-founder, and he's basically claiming, and these are the claims that you want to watch on, over 20,000 new global customers in 2024. So he's been going for 10 years. And if you go to their YouTube channel, you'll see that they published their first video 10 years ago, and then they waited 4 years until they posted their next video. And then in the last 12 months, all the rest of the videos were posted. And they're claiming they've got a history of 10 years. I think you would be more accurate in saying it's more like 12 months. And a lot of people who've been promoting BG wealth sharing have now jumped into promoting this as well. And there's a couple of other individuals which we have. So this is their claim. So you now have got, here we go, Warren Buffett, if you don't find a way of making money while you sleep, you will work until you die. I did hear of an expression, I won't get in there. Anyway, so we've got, according to Bloomberg, notice they use all those big names, travel is a $10 trillion industry. So that's good that you mentioned Bloomberg and Warren Buffett in one screen. So now you mention those big names, you just like them. That's how they work. Now they exclude flights out of here because there was another one called Wave Life. And Wave Life were claiming that they were offering the same type of discounts as other like-minded travels. They were comparing themselves next to Wikipedia and Booking.com. But when you go and book flights for those organizations, they can't give you 60% off the flights. So I noticed that one thing was interesting about this particular company, they don't have flights in their portfolio, which would mean it would make it hard to say we give you 60% off travel. Because I don't know about you guys, but travel to me is rental car, which have they got rental cars? Yes, they have got rental cars. Trains, they don't have trains. They have cruises and there may be other ones. So what I'm getting there is there's quite a few here. So what they've got the benefits of the company. You can read them yourself. Might as well, I don't want to promote them too much. You might run out there and pay $130 a month to be part of this organization. Save up to 60% on travel, more than, get this, 2 million hotels and resorts. No, is that 2 million? It is 2 million. So they can.
Danny.
Yo,
Danny, if you mention that the guy is in the chat, let me ask this. Let me propose this to all you scammers out there. If y'all don't like the way that the Avengers critique your operations, then come on the stage and give us an honest rapport about how you want us to critique your platform, your agenda for making money in communities on Zoom type platforms. And then we can honestly critique live what we think of the way that you want us to do it. Because otherwise y'all are just a bunch of scammers and you want to go back and forth with us. And all we're trying to do is show people how to look at these things as scams, because they're scams.
But they
crap.
Well, you listen to the live. When I had Isaac on here, he goes, "Why do you think it's a scam?" And when I was putting together my introduction for today, I actually said we want to tell people why we think it's, that's the biggest asked question. Why do you think this is a scam? Because it's a scam, in my opinion, is misleading people with the truth. Okay, so we've got the King of Kings here. So I'm just looking at this here. You've got a picture here on your, so you've got a picture here. I'll just fix that up. A picture here to me, hold it, circle, squirrel, that's what I like. You've got a picture here of two diagrams. You've got one here with $2,326 on it, and you've got another one here with $4,463 on it. So if I was looking at this as a peasant, I would look at this and say, oh, look, it's nearly half price. And there's no dates or times on this.
But if you're a person like King of Spades, you say, why in the world would I do that when I could get my own booking agent for a low price of $200? No monthly cost after that.
Yeah. Well, you've got $1,000 a year that you're paying to have this travel card. And then if you recruit 3 people, you don't pay, you aren't meant to pay anymore. If so.
Now, I would also say is be careful on some of these, because some of these multi-level marketing ones say if somebody drops out, you have to cover that fee for that person quitting. It's been in some of them lately.
Well, that's like insurance claims. They have the clawbacks. You get a commission if you're selling the insurance, but when the person cancels the insurance policy, you've got to give back some of the money. But look at this one here. This one here is claiming better than travel. So this is advertising, and here we're looking at it better than travel agents' rates. And you've got, once again, they keep pushing this to 2 million hotels, and they're telling you that you can pay $15 US for that big room.
Just like I've discovered on my favorite guy before he got kicked out of his own program,
Carl.
They usually link to affiliate link, which I will eventually find, and at that point, the affiliate will terminate your deals, whoever you're getting them from, and then what? Your website will be worth crap.
Well, we signed up for one. We had one couple on here. I think you might have been helping me, and they gave me a travel voucher to sign up. And when their whole branding, it was Wave Life. Their whole branding was Wave Life. And then when I went to sign up, they gave me a coupon card from a completely different branded company. So it was like there's another company out there that might be legit, and they're just using their coupon cards to sign you up under a completely different brand.
Right, which means they're taking XYZ travel, calling it B travel.
Well, white labeling
and whatever they're not even officially white labeling it. They're just making their own website.
The scammers are scamming the scammers.
Yeah, well, Well, there is discount travel out there, but I mean, like I mentioned at the start, we've got what have we've got? We've got Booking.com. What have we got in there? Expedia, Booking.com, TripAdvisor, Airbnb,
Skyscanner, flight deals,
Costco Travel.
flight deals. You buy you buy it for a one-time fee for a low cost of less than his platinum. You get lifetime discount travel, and then you don't have no more monthly costs. So why would you pay? What I think it was like $200 and something a month, when for that same cost you could get lifetime discount for $30 less.
Well, I just think this type of advertising's got to stop. I mean, you've got to. This is not. I would.
And also, I wonder what his Mr. Isaac, your buddy, why they kicked you out of Legal Shield. What they're gonna say when you use Legal Shield's logo.
Well, he's. I bet there's.
You think that was a genius move, using a law firm's logo who has attorneys worldwide?
But it will be interesting to see what happens with that, because I bet he's not allowed to remarket to the same audience. So that will be the.
Yeah, you usually have a disclaimer in somewhere when you do Legal Shield that you cannot take your clientele. Yeah. There's like usually a no compete clause, like you can't take the clientele for at least 6 months or 7 months. You can't even contact them.
Now look at this. Look at this. This is after points applied. So that's your small print there, guys. So, where's your girlfriend coming on stage now? What the hell? You guys have got a thing going.
Yep. What's up, Queen?
Oh, the fan's working again. Don't you change the ports. Okay. All right. Sorry, was that meant to be?
Around here. Okay, Bob is level 5,000 and Danny, you're level 100.
Am I? Is that good? God, level 1. Yeah. Nice to hear you guys on here today. You sort of give me, you're a breath of fresh air. Sometimes I think I'm going mental. Other times I know I definitely am. But
we are mental, but this just makes us more mental.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. I just love this small print here. After travel points applied. So let me get this right. I'm assuming, and I'll take it out on a limb here, that I have been a member for 12 months. I have recruited people into the platform, and I have accumulated travel points. But it doesn't tell me how many travel points I need to apply to pay the $379.
Right. What's the conversion?
Yeah. Like how many people did I have to con into this opportunity to get that price? That should be a disclaimer.
While I was listening to this presentation, I also want to say it sounded like the traveling that they do is a group travel with like other people that are in the scheme. So it's not like you and your girlfriend get to go on vacation for 2 weeks to Hawaii whenever you want. Like it sounds like there's a specific time that you're going to each place, and you're going to with a whole bunch of like other people in the friggin'
like 30 people. Yeah, like 30 or 40. Yeah. Like the group
like an orgy.
So the other thing is,
do you know why I see the orgy? Because now we'll have Rob turn up. Just saying, but anyway, just
yeah. You get a group rate, so like it would be cheaper anyway for that. And I just wonder how much they really are scamming off the top. So because what you just said, and then when you also think about that and as well, right?
Yeah. I mean,
so Isaac, did you join for the orgy or did you join to pay for the orgy?
So, okay, so the answer that I got from Isaac when I asked him that question, it's a scam, I said. And he said, why do you think it's a scam?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that, I hate answering that question. Because not that
I hate it when they say they watch you, but then they still don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? I thought you said you liked Danny and you watched his stuff. And then you're like, well, why do you think this is a scam? Like,
well, look at this. I want to know anybody that stayed at Caesar's Palace, right? And I want to know anyone that stayed there for 5-star hotel travel, 5 days, 4 nights.
Not $19 a day, no way.
And only
I
paid
know
$19.
people with high loyalty to that place, and they don't get that rate.
Yep. So I want to know the proof. I want to know how many points, how much money did you have to get all those points?
Rate if you were doing a group rate.
Yeah, if you're bringing a lot of people.
Yeah, but I'm gonna spend $200 a night in the casino.
I'm feeling like they're scamming because they're doing a group rate, plus they're getting you to pay whatever tokens, and who knows what they're worth. And then you're also having to put a little bit of money in. So at the end of the day, you're probably paying 3 times what you would pay if you would have just gone and gotten it yourself.
Yeah.
It's so much more simpler than that, y'all. Mr. Isaac in the chat, the reason, if you want to ask me, the reason I think it's a scam without me even watching the episode on it is if you're going to come on the stage and you're going to promote your product, your service, your platform, and you don't have a product, you don't have a service, you don't have a platform, you're using somebody else's orgy to profit off of, explain to me how, if it is turned out to be a scam, how do you want me to turn you into the authorities? Assist me in that. Line that up for me, and then I'll go along. I'll play along that it's not a scam as long as you want. But if you can't do that,
also, how often do you travel?
You're as incredulous as the rest of them.
Well, this is what the questions that were going through my head. What you just said, Queen of Karma, is how often do you travel? If you're paying
enough to pay $50 a month, I doubt it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot of people.
My dad used to travel weekly for business, and he would be gone for a night or two every single week. And even he wouldn't have signed up for something like this. Like you would have to be traveling a lot for this to be worth it.
Yeah, well, maybe we need a holiday. Yeah, but that would be quite cool. That'd be quite cool. And flights are a big part of your holiday as well, aren't they? Really?
Yeah, but what they also doesn't tell you is, like, flight is not usually when you do these combos, you get flight and hotel included.
Well, I'm pretty sure
even food. We got free food and drinks with our flight and our resort for our honeymoon in Mexico. It came with all free drinks and free food.
Yeah.
So, you can get major deals. We didn't have anything like this.
Yeah. I'll ask Isaac to come online. I've just sent him a text. Isaac, I've just sent you a text. You click on that link on your computer, it'd be best, but even on your phone, you can come and tune in into the room. I know you'll be watching because I was in your Zoom meeting a wee while ago, causing some havoc. Had a bit of fun there, I must say. Oh, he's so funny. I mean, how many times, guys, have we been in people's Zoom meetings? How many times have we got them into our lives and online, and then they promise they will come back and answer any of our questions and never come back?
This is my shout. Dr. Steve, where you at?
What about what's the
Lynette? Where you at?
Lynette, that was the one I'm thinking of. Even what's the other guy? Emmanuel. I think Richard had that one. He said we've got to make that guy Emmanuel, who was promoting. I was looking at it just before polar tension. We had that guy.
Polar tensor, yeah.
Yeah, and now he researched it for 7 days, and then we called him out on it, and he goes, "Oh, well, can you tell me something that is legit that I can promote that pays out the same returns?" And I'm going, "No," you know. Hey, no.
You know another one?
Yeah.
You know another one that never came back is Rise. Remember Rise kissed ate the frog, and he said, "Hey, I'll be back," and he never came back.
Yeah, but he downtrodden himself on our channel, man. He was part of the reason I got my first warning with YouTube because of his bare bum. And I thought that we didn't even see anything, but because we had his bum cheeks, on the screen. That was my first warning. And then when I had the Tugman blurred out images, that was it. I was off. But those were the days. But
I thought
That's
he was
why
wearing
the
his
guy got
Dr.
Patreon.
Vine's underwear. I didn't know he was naked.
Danny, you disappeared again.
Oh, I have too. Doesn't matter. Don't need me.
Oh, he's the visible man.
Invisible man. Where do I go from? It just deletes the whole thing. I've got this camera.
It looks like we're watching like AI's running the channel now.
Oh my God. I just had a conversation with
I
a
don't want
judge.
you to get in trouble for AI because I had a friend get demonetized
Oh,
because
yeah.
they never showed their face.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I think that YouTube thought they were AI.
I did have the funniest conversation with a judge, a high court judge, 2 hours ago, trying to tell him that when I look at a video, we do an analysis of what AI looks like. And he kept on saying, but you said it was AI. I said, no. I said, when I watched this video, it looked like it was generated with AI. And he just couldn't, he didn't have a bar of it, man. He was not listening to me. He said, no, you said in your article, he's AI. And I said, no. I said, looking at the video and the way it's portrayed, it looks like it's generated with AI. It didn't say it was AI, but no, he said, no, he said, you're not a very good investigator. He said, you said he was AI, and here he is in person. And I'm going, but even I can generate something for me that looks like me and have AI.
YouTube
and then
is using AI. They're editing us without us knowing.
Yeah, they could have my face on top of a scammer's video in the next couple. Now I've given them an idea, and I could be selling you guys AI, and you might think it's really me, but you can
we
tell.
Get those in Canada.
You can tell though, because I'll be like bad quality, and you won't see my wrinkles or my hairs. All the beards will be blurred out.
Put the 3 fingers in front of your nose.
Like this. That was so funny. I had great joy watching that. Did you guys? The Jim Browning stuff. He's friggin' brilliant. He's invited me to go somewhere cool. So I'm going to go. I don't care what it costs me. I'm going to go because I just think
you have to go.
Well, I have to because like we didn't come this far to only come this far.
I will hate you forever if you don't go with Jim Browning.
I know.
That's right.
But
I will. I will.
I will quit as an Avenger if you don't do what Jim Browning tells you to do.
I know.
And and you must record the conversation of you talking about Bob. There's this mystery guy named Bob. I don't know what he looks like.
Mate, I just send him your socks.
I said hi.
I will, and I think like people. I say to people, I want to be. I just had a good conversation with a nice guy before we went live, and he said, how do you monetize what you're doing? And I go, well, I don't really know, and I don't really want to be chasing the money, but I do want to pay I don't want to worry about money because I think we're quite good at it. But if you consider the amount of risk that we take doing what we do, it only takes one big frog to knock us out because the courts don't listen to us.
Right.
They don't give a flying fuck.
Danny, did Jim Bob just invite Jim Browning to search out where Bob is? Is that what he just did?
Yeah. Well,
tell him I say hi too.
Well, I've got an investigation at the moment, which I'm seriously thinking about hiring some real people to go after an individual that's creating stuff on us, because I know who's done it, and I actually want to take this guy to the cleaners who's doing a smear campaign at the moment, and we've already figured. And I'm thinking, this is what people like. The guy that just rang me up beforehand, right? He was using an advanced version of, let's say, ChatGPT and Grok all together. And it was really interesting because what he was saying is he wants to help us with our investigations. So he was saying that I'll show you what I can do. And basically he had AI that would go through every media, paper, newspaper and grab as much information as it could. It would go into everything online he thought, and then basically help us build a story about an individual. And I said, it won't work. And he goes, why not? I said, because all those mainstream newspapers are not at top of the cliff. They're at the bottom of the cliff reporting disasters that happened 4 or 5 months ago. And I said, so all your research And then I showed him how we go into Zoom meetings. Like here we are doing a report on Isaac at the moment. An hour and a half ago, I'm in a meeting with him in Zoom. I'm ringing the guy in real time, asking him to come live and explain to us why he believes that Travorium, if I can say the word, isn't a scam.
I like how you say it. You have it your own way, right? The Travorium.
Travorium. I'm looking at the words on my screen saying Travorium. I'd show you, but I can't. But what I'm getting at is, like we are in the trenches with these guys. We are fighting them with what we have, and people are using real, that they're saying that we need to get our facts right. And I know with my heart, I'm going, we're exposing these guys. Like, okay, Isaac might be able to stand up in a courtroom and say that he's not a bad guy. He's not using AI to deceive people. And he might have a court case there where he could defend himself and say, Danny's defaming me. And I'm going, well.
But he would have to prove that the company is not a scam.
But how do we, if it's not a scam, if it's a scam, why hasn't the government stopped it?
Because it's a multi-level marketing scheme, and people like the DeVos family make a lot of money from things like Amway being around.
Yep.
We have a corrupt government, and a lot of the lobbyists in the government make money off of MLMs. So they've made them legal so that they can basically rip off their own people legally.
So how do we make Isaac an Avenger? How do we get him making money online? Because that's what he wants. Because that's why he's not promoting Legal Shield.
It's all psychology.
I don't know, Danny. How do I start making money online?
Well, yeah, and what
okay.
we
for
need some,
the low price of $699, you won't take Bob's Master Course.
Bob. Get your 50 cell phones and shove them with the shove don't sign them. I can't work.
No, that's Bob's Master Course. That's Bob's Master Course.
Yeah.
We need to create an NDA template where every potential scammer, everybody that's going to go on the database link, you have to sign our NDA with us that we want to buy your business. We want to acquire your establishment. And if you don't want to come to the table with us, it was never a smear campaign against you. It was a simple attempting to connect with you. And since you don't want to give us your EIN in the first place, that's all going to be on the record moving forward. We'll create a white paper every single day of our investigations to show that when the record states that we are presenting evidence, they have to come to the table with their evidence as well to stipulate whether or not they're a company. Not a single one of these scammers have ever presented evidence that they're a legitimate company. Even the scammers like Delgado that went down today, even the ones that get their freaking their names, their ducks in a row and get their names on the registry in the states over here in the United States, even they go down because they know that they're fraudulent. So bring your paperwork. We'll go to court. We'll set up an entity for Danny so he doesn't even have to involve his name anymore. You all know, you sons of bitches all know that you're scammers and you're too much of a bunch of bitches to come on the stage and tell us why you get to defend your scam. Come on the stage.
Yeah, so they stand up for what you believe is what you're really saying.
Correct.
Like the guy that might pop on stage now is quite good. But he asked some basic questions and he sort of said, well, why don't you guys set up something where people could ask you, like we basically review opportunities and then give people the green flag. And I'm going, no, we can't do that. And then he goes, well, that would be really handy. That would be useful. Maybe you could monetize that. I said, but so now I'm going to find schemes that help people generate income that are legit and promote them and get paid for doing it. And then we found our income stream. And I go, no, it won't work. And they go, oh, it's just an idea. And I go, I'm not saying it wasn't people think that way. And I understand why. But the honest truth of the matter, which is really interesting, is we're not here to, I don't believe there's any financial opportunity out there that's going to generate what people expect, because the new norm.
Not what they expect.
People expect that
Exactly.
1% per day is a bad. Why would I invest in this scheme? It only pays 1% per day, and I'm after the 3% per day schemes. But how can I stop
Not
these
what
people?
they expect to earn without lots of work, but then
Danny, it took us 20 years to get the FTC to start going after promoters, and they just started this year. So
yeah,
it's like too bad we can't change the Delgado's deal to make him have to work for us. That'd be hilarious because I know he has to play restitution.
Like Ash Mufarah has an 8-year director's bar from the SEC, and he's just creating another company in private now.
it's incredible. We've got a local businessman here in New Zealand who's just been bankrupt, but he's operating out of Australia. So
it's
they
ridiculous.
just know all the loopholes, and so then he lives in New Zealand and runs an Australian business doing the same thing that he's just been made bankrupt here in New Zealand for.
Part of the issue is that the law hasn't caught up to a lot of these loopholes. So even like when the law is like, no, you can't have a business in New Zealand, like you said, then they just go get one in Australia or in Delaware or some bullshit, right? And it's like we need the laws to catch up and realize. And
no, we've been saying that. What you're saying right there, Queen, we've been saying that a long time ago. We own the narrative.
I've been saying it too, but
we're not getting caught up with them. We're not catching up with them. They need to do their freaking job, is what it is. None of these agencies in America, none of the freaking scam agencies anywhere around the world do anything about anything. Like Danny says, they report the news after everybody's already dead and gone. Do your freaking jobs. They listen to Danny's shows.
No, they're dead and gone, man. Yeah. I wish we could change some things.
Well, like I've been saying, it's either going to go three ways. I keep saying it. It's either going to go, they're going to catch up. Option B, option A. Option B remains the same. Option C, the evil people, aka the more techie people, aka Bob. Well, no, they won't do anything. And I'll just siphon off from the scammer because I have more tech skills.
How do we how do we educate people though?
And I'll not to be political, I'll redistribute the wealth back to the people.
Oh, I'm a person. but you know, like what do we do here? So if I'm a black African person and I'm 55 years of age and I love travel, and I was given this pitch deck about travel, and all of a sudden I'm looking at the membership plans.
No, they would not pitch this to South Africa. This is too much.
And look at this.
They need the $10 to $20
option
Danny,
D.
Look at the bright side. Look at the bright side, Danny. At least it doesn't involve crypto.
Yes. Well, that's a great thing, though. How does the money work on this? Where do you pay? Because I went to sign up, and it told me I didn't have I'm pretty sure this was the one.
Yeah, you need a person, a sponsor.
Yeah, and
right. Which tells you it's all about that alone. Tells me it's all about recruiting.
Look at that.
Because if it was a legitimate company, I should be able to sign up without a sponsor.
Yeah, actually, by law now, they have to have a way for them to have customers without distributors. So if there's no way to sign up without joining, then technically it's pay to play, right? So then it's illegal.
Oh, that's great. But how do we get these guys? How do we enforce that law? That's the thing, isn't it?
Well, the only way would be to report them to the SEC and FTC and then hope they fucking do something about it.
Well,
other than that, we would have to take down their websites like we do. And
I think they would listen to you, Queen.
Yeah, I would listen to her.
When you talk like that, I think they would listen to you.
Yeah, I tell you what, when we hear Susie talking like that, we'll know we've got her upset. Like
or we got to figure out a way.
Queen just says it naturally without no blinking, and when we
find a way where we can use like privacy cards, and then we put $1 in, then we could claim that we lost money because we thought it was a scam, and then we could issue a lawsuit against each company.
I think it would be interesting to come up with a way
that is part of the problem too, is that it's easier to report in your jurisdiction, like your state or your province, if you're a victim. So the best way to report the scams is honestly to find a victim of the scam and then have them report it.
So we provide services for victims. Maybe we could be a scam spa. Basically, when you go to
That's it.
Yep. And
that's the red flag, the green flag right there.
If you've been scammed, you come to us and we'll give you all the spa. We'll give you the empathy. We'll tell you who's involved. We'll massage your shoulders and we'll rub the cream all over your face, through your toes.
Even if you were recruited by Mr. Isaac, we got cream. I sell lotions now.
Do you want the Isaac cream?
Oh my God, no one wants that.
Yeah. So maybe that's it. And maybe we provide a haven for people that have been scammed.
But that's what I thought we were doing in a way. I mean, that's what I've been doing with my area for a while.
That's what you got to do.
You got to try and get the people, because that's the best way to report it. Because honestly, when people like you or me report, they roll their eyes at us a little bit.
Right.
But when someone reports and says, I've lost $137 to this thing a month for the last 6 months, it's taken a bit more seriously. That's why every time I do a scam deep dive, I say, if you're a victim, please reach out to us.
Well, the Homeland Security, when I told them that I had a victim that lost $235,000, they said to me, is that all? Have you got a bigger victim? And I'm going,
and that's
235,000 isn't big enough. Hey, so
we've always encouraged them, call us, contact us, even anonymously, and we can reach out with you together. You don't have to be alone, and we'll figure out the best way for you to contact your local officials, your state officials. Even if you're in Canada, I know some people in Canada. We can make this work wherever you're at in the world.
Yep. Yeah.
Somewhere in the world.
Look at that. Left team, right team. Can you imagine getting on an airplane, going on a holiday, and the air hostess says, can you sit on the left side? Oh, the right side's a wee bit empty at the moment. We can't take off until you fill up the right side plane.
Well, my right side paid for my left side. I can't pay for it all.
I'm sorry. Here's the terms and conditions. Read them. Do you want a Rolex watch? Just go buy your own Rolex watches. Christopher Delgado's got 18 of them for sale.
I'm gonna buy the one they took off Chris Delgado.
All right. So how about this claim here? Five-star ambassador, PP. I don't know what that means. Queen of Karma, you'll know what PP means per person.
PP per. Oh, that's probably their points.
Queen of Karma, I asked you, do you know what a PP is?
A PP, I do.
PP. So a PP 9.
How are points?
So if you've recruited on your left leg 3,750 individuals, I assume, and 3,750 on your right leg, your daily income is going to be $800 a day. Your monthly income, they need to show you how to use a calculator. It's going to be $38,000 to $42,000 a month. And I don't know what a DSB is, but
that's basically what you get for your sign-ups.
Oh, right. So every time somebody signs
your
up.
Bonus. Right. I don't know what the DS stands for, but it's the bonus that basically your bonus.
So I would like now Travorium. I would like you to get me 10 of your 5-star ambassadors to be on a meeting with me, and I
don't have 10 of them.
No. Well, that's why I'm inviting them. But I want to, and if they are earning $450,000 annually, I would like to see their receipts for tax and how I want to see that money trail. Because it's
literally ridiculous.
I just want to invite y'all.
We're invited somewhere? We're going to drink bourbon?
I just want to invite y'all, the people, the right and left leg of Isaac. I want to invite on the stage.
The 21
so we can have a simple conversation.
He's only been promoted for a month, but he's already recruited 21 people, and theoretically, they're all paying $59 or $130 a month. 3 of those 21 people have already got, would you believe, 16 people underneath them and are earning $500 commissions per, per month. And he's only been in it for a month. Can you work that out? What he just said contradicts himself. He's only been in it for a month. He's recruited 21 people. 3 of those people
but those people,
are already
did
earning
those people
$500
get,
a month. There hasn't been a month has gone
did
by
they
yet.
get there with the recruits, or did it spill over into their thing?
I don't know about the spillover thing. You got to explain the
That's
spillover
what
stuff.
they'll be promised at the end of the month, but you're right. They have not yet gotten paid, and therefore he's technically going by what's going to happen in future.
Yeah.
He's feeling his left leg while he should maybe not be feeling his right leg.
I actually think he's yanking his middle leg.
I think that the reason why he got so many recruits within a month is because he was in like 4 scams before that.
Right.
Including, wasn't he the guy that was in the Paid to Save scam?
He was in, he said he was in Legal Shield.
Paid to Save. And
yeah, that's called the detachable penis.
Is it? Right. The flashlight.
Paid to Save was the same one that Steve Sugrum was in from Solarium
Yeah.
Life. And then he was also in Legal Shield, he said, didn't he? And that was...
Yeah, so I want to know why he got removed from Legal Shield.
Hey, I'm going to do
well,
something.
a lot of the time they leave, but he would have had a team already. He does the same thing Megan does, which is where you take your team and go to the next thing. It looks like you recruited a whole bunch of people within a month, but it's just the people in your last team that you brought over. And then you lie to everyone and pretend like it's so easy and that they can do it too without telling them, oh, but I was in 4 scams before this, and I've actually made this team over the last like 10 years, right? And it's really annoying. Like they have to stop doing that. They shouldn't be allowed.
Correct. It's like my other Canadian friend, Carl Havelstein. That's what he does. He's my other buddy.
So Megan Lynch doesn't have a detachable penis. She's just AI?
Hey?
Carl?
Carl does the same thing with his teams.
Does she have a detachable penis or not? That's what we got.
What are you talking about penises now? It's probably not the...
You ate the frog that Ryan ate. Richard.
Listen, Richard, if you need a detachable penis, we can probably order you one.
Right.
But I do strongly recommend that you leave the penis attached.
Do you have a previous domain for that? Is that what you're inquiring?
It's pureromance.com.
Right.
Watch out now.
We're sponsored.
That's a real sex toy MLM, my friend.
All right, guys.
Right Bob's got to know what to do the right way with that right there. I don't know what to say to that.
All right. Can you guys see this picture?
It's a real one. Look it up.
You see this picture on the screen? Are you listening?
That looks like
I'm
Professor
listening.
Beard.
All right, you watching? All right.
Yeah.
Ew, there's sexy Professor Beard.
Yeah.
Yo, the glasses guys is the best person.
Is that you in the front, Danny?
Yes. So this is a website. Let me talk. This is a website that's been set up to defame me, a part of a smear campaign.
You look kind of hot there, though.
Well, you like that, whatever does it for you. And it's basically everything that people can find on me has been put on this website, and it's absolutely dramatically false claims.
I love it.
All right, and it's basically
I don't get a website. I only get subreddits. That's not fair.
All right. So I'm actually going to get this website removed.
Can we read one?
Well, you can. Probably the latest one here.
That one was published on my birthday, the drag one.
This one here. So let's have a read of this if you want. So this
This
is
writing is so poor. I think I know who this is just by the writing.
Are you going to read it?
Yeah, it says, because after reading the article history, the talk page, the page protection log, and DeHeck's own self-regulatory article about his Wikipedia debut, the whole thing starts to look less like a neutral biography and more like a reputation management exercise with footnotes. And the talk page is where the mask slips. Wikipedia talk pages are usually dull little bureaucratic swamps where volunteers argue about commas, citations, and whether a source is reliable enough to say a man once owned a dog. But the Talk Danny DeHeck page is not that. It reads like a courtroom brawl held inside a filing cabinet. There are accusations of manipulation, complaints about censorship, COI tagging disputes, deleted sections, collapsed AI generated arguments, biography of living person warnings, and grown adults fighting over whether Danny DeHeck should be described as a drop shipper, a landscaper, an e-commerce operator, an investigative journalist, or some heroic hybrid of the three. In other words, it is perfect. The man who names and shames suddenly discovers nuance.
Right.
One of the funniest details. Oh, we're not going to continue.
No,
Okay.
we're not going to do. But this is quite. If anyone now, I know who's put this website together.
Dimitri.
No, I don't want to name them, and I don't want to name them. But this is somebody.
That's not naming; that's their nickname. I know the full legal name.
Right. So I'm willing to pay somebody $500 to remove this website because I know who's behind it. And at the moment, they believe that they are smarter than my team of Avengers. And
what scam are they with?
Well, they're not. I've reported on this individual behind this, and I know who it is, and I've got proof. But it's going to cost me a lot of time and energy to do it. So I'm just going to pay $500 to anybody that wants to remove this website. Because
Is it a woman?
I can't say. But when I see rubbish like this on the internet, and it's, like even CoffeeZilla's photos in there, and it's shit on the internet. But this is the crap that I put up with, with our busting our scams. And to be honest, if they're not talking about you, you're nobody. But let's think about this in another way. This was a blog I did about exposing Bond Chat. Has Bond Chat done anything any good for anybody other than push them into a corner and convince them that their investment's real?
And spy on them? No.
Right. So why would somebody do a smear campaign against me and my reporting, and they've also...
Because this is a personal vendetta and it's not actually about what's right and wrong?
That's right. And this is another smear campaign website. And I get them, I've got a sense of humor. It doesn't piss me off. Nice one, mate. This is a new person. Your camera's on there if you want, mate. You don't have to have that on. You can turn that off if you want. It's up to you. But what I'm getting at, if you don't mind, I actually don't have to have you on screen, actually. I'll just do that. Unless you want to be on screen, you let me know, but we can hear you when you talk. But what I'm getting at is there's, if you go to my website and you click on Contact Us, if I can get there all right, and you go into smear campaigns, you'll see that this ain't my first rodeo when I've got people. So here's all the YouTube channels that they've set up to defame me. And then here's all the websites that they've set up. So anything that people want about me, I'm pretty transparent. I don't have any secrets. I'm not a saint, but I'm also not a scammer. But they have found every single thing they can about me online. This is not not commentary. This is actually evil people who I know who they are. Well, I do know who they are.
I have an idea who they are.
Yeah, that's right. G'day, mate. Can you...
The list isn't that long.
Yeah, that's better. You've got a bit of tape on your machine. There you go, and put you on stage. yeah, the system doesn't allow you to. How do you guys tune up here without your cameras on? What do? Do you put something over your camera?
I'm just putting on the floor.
Oh,
I don't
good.
know.
Oh, you figured it out. So
Turn it
welcome
off
along.
or
This is
something.
Dynamo. It's his name. And he booked some time with me today, and I was very grumpy. I apologized. But have you guys ever seen me grumpy?
All the time.
Yep.
But he was trying to offer us some suggestions, or he was trying to provide us some help on our research that we did. I spent an hour and a half talking to him on the phone, and then I showed him how we do our research and also the people that we go after. He was basically showing us how he uses ChatGPT and AI to do research on individuals. And at the end of our conversation, I think we both come to terms that you couldn't really use what you had to offer to do our research because our research is quite now. However, I said that your passion was something I noted, and your thinking was great because we are the Avengers and we're always looking for ways to fight scams. And we need lots of people out there thinking outside the square. And that's why we had a good conversation. Would that be fair?
Yes, it was lovely. Thank you so much.
Yeah, good stuff. So, but we were just offering people, not that I can afford to pay $500 to get rid of a website, but I'm saying that this website is over the top. I'll tell you some other things. This website actually has managed to find my criminal record. It has managed to give people access to recordings of my mother, that conversations I've had in a family court case. Because when I tried to, my mother's currently in an old people's home under lock and key because she's been deemed with dementia. My nephew has he's been responsible for looking after her estate. And after not visiting my mother for 8 months, I used to be in a religious cult. Long story short, my mother doesn't want anything to do with me, so I backed off. My nephew tried to go after me in the New Zealand court, claiming that my mother didn't want anything to do with me, and tried to get a protection order out for my mother against me, claiming that my mother was frightened that she didn't have her right to represent, to her freedom of speech. Was frightened that she couldn't exercise her freedom of religion because I hated the Jehovah's Witnesses so much. When a week before it went to court, basically, my nephew filed a thing with the doctor to say my mother couldn't appear. All the court documents are in my nephew's handwriting. My nephew and I banged heads. Now we've found out that my nephew may not be doing things correctly, and I'm challenging his power of attorney. So when I was getting sued by the New Zealand High Court for $3.8 million, my nephew reached out to the scammer, and the documents that I used to fight against in that court case, my nephew shared that with the scammer. So the scammer is one of the ones who have set up those smear campaign websites. And in there, they actually, all the family court documents, which is illegal to do, have been shared in these websites. So if you want to be nosy and go in there and read about my criminal history, which I do have a little criminal history, and I think it was complicated because my sister's life and all that. I don't care if you want to know, you ask me, I'll tell you whatever it is. But my 3 recordings I have with my mother, my criminal record, my home address, my everything that I submitted in that family court documents to help my case, my mum and all this sort of stuff has been shared publicly. And when I went to the court the other day, I challenged my nephew and the court system and said it's illegal to share family court documents. And my nephew's done that. This individual here has now gone through here and reshared those information again. And I have no secrets. But this website I can't get it offline. I've reported it, but I know who I've got proof, actual proof. We know who is doing it. and I'm keeping that under my wraps, and I'm not
You
going to
need to
mention
do
the
like
name.
a privacy notice to the people that are hosting the website.
I've done all
The
that.
DMCA
I've done all that,
kind of thing.
and it's hosted with WordPress itself.
Yeah.
And then I've even gone through claiming copyright, and it just doesn't work. Now the person that owns this website, I would, like I'd have to hire all sorts of weirdos to get into this. So now I'm in WordPress.com, you see. But I've done all the paperwork. I haven't done, we didn't know who it was until recently. We didn't have proof to prove who it was recently. So long story short, I get my share of shit, and it's fine. But this one has got personal, and it's got under my skin. And I think it would be good to make an example of what happens if people do this sort of stuff. This is not reporting. This is not reporting the facts. This is straight, and this is all because I've published one article about an individual. So these are complete lies. We don't report complete lies. We don't need to report complete lies. We go through, websites. We go through their terms and conditions. We use their own information to gather our information before we publish a blog. And, so I'm just putting it out there. I'm just thinking if anyone's out there clever enough and you're thinking, oh, yeah, you could just submit this and you could do that. I'm not against listening to that. But I'm sick and tired of these, the way that we fight these individuals and the way they fight back. But when I see shit like this on the internet, I'd like to think that hosting providers, WordPress, domain name providers, would listen to us. But I haven't got all day long. I'd rather actually not spend the time and leave it online, because it does my head in, the amount of stupid replies you get from these companies claiming that, oh, he's not actually doing anything wrong. And I'm going, okay, then that's fine. I mean, what do you do? That's my 2 cents worth.
Well,
I don't know. I can't give you advice because I have my own smear campaigns.
But it's part and parcel. It is part and parcel. I mean, you get it. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not doing this so I don't get flack. If you're not getting, the old saying, if you're not getting flack, you're not over the target. But
look at it like this, Danny. What is the internet good for nowadays?
Shit.
Okay, then that's the point. So let it all go to crap. Let them hijack the internet with all the AI stuff, and all that's already coming to pass. So let that be what it is, like it's a thing of yesterday, like it's already over with, because it's all stupid anyway. I mean, I'm not saying don't do what you're talking about, but I'm saying don't let it sit on your conscience like there's something with it, because it's just as stupid and as fake as the rest of the internet.
Like when I was speaking to a high court judge today, I'm thinking these guys have got their heads in the cloud. And actually, I said to my partner after I got off I don't know, it was a trial, whatever you call them. I said, I just feel like bursting into tears. I feel like everything we do is just a fucking waste of time. And then, it's like the wind just went out of my sails there for a while. When I'm in here with you guys, I feel like the only place I wanted to be after that trial was in here. And
well, that's the way that they design the administration of these court systems worldwide. They're not designed like Delgado. What reformation, what reform is that guy going to get out of the penal system?
Well, he's up for
50. Can
50.
Anybody dial in?
Well, I'll tell you.
And give us a news break, please.
He's got
nothing's going to happen.
Nothing's going to change. No, you're right. He's got 50 years at the moment on his plea deal. So the maximum sentence he can get is 50 years. I guarantee he'll get 5 to 8 years. He'll be out in 5 to 8 years in good behavior.
He might as well go in for 5 days and piss in the wind, because it makes no difference at all.
Yeah.
The money is not even part of the equation. The money, y'all, the money is sitting somewhere else. What do you think the liquidity pool was for him to go piss in when he gets out of jail?
Well, I don't know. I think he's gonna, in order to get all that, I think he's gonna have to have some damaging evidence against some
Well,
somebody or
it's in there. Plaid is a
that kind of deal.
He's going to drop everyone else under the bus, which is great. Just with our new fella here, you tried to chime in there and we over talk you because that's what we do in here. But if you.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know anybody. I didn't hear anybody.
No, that was
welcome to the stage.
Before you chimed in. Donomo, did you have something to say? Because you're welcome to. Just try push your way into the conversation, and then I'll shut Bob up if he talks. Sorry, Bob. Speak now. If I hold your peace, that's fine as well.
Daily Motion that is taken down. I think I took that one down. Down.
We had that Terminator guy here. It was amazing, wasn't it? Because he said he could take down every website, and then we go, oh, here's 200 websites, and then he went, that many, and I see. And then they all moved to another hosting provider, which we won't say, and we couldn't do much. I remember that list that we had. Remember that? I think Terminator. I want to show you lawsuits, the Terminator. So this is what I gave. This is the list. He said he could take down all these websites. So I gave him the list, and he said, I can't maintain this. I said, no, you just work through them one at a time, and then we'll. So here was the list of all the ones that we did get taken down. My liquidity partners. Oh, that was I think that was We took down Smart Labs, a $350 million Ponzi scheme. And he took that down and he said, yeah, what next? And I went, oh my God, you can take sites down like that? And then we had, remember these ones? This was, what was her name? We've got them offline. I've forgotten that we had them before. I think so TMX Global. This is this fake credit card thing again. And we shut down their website. And what did they do? They pinged out another one before you could even say, ooh. So it's frustrating. Oh, they're back again. Isn't that our boyfriend, Brian? Brian, I think, did that one. But see, we got some of their domain names down because these low, that one's called xfermi.finance and all that sort of stuff. But I don't know. We win some, you win some. I always say to somebody dear in my house, which I won't say her name, but I always say you got to win, you got to celebrate the wins and battle through the losses, I suppose. That's how I feel today anyway. But look at these domain names. These are all, look at these domain names I used to have. These are all the domain names I wanted removed. If you could just go through them one at a time and fill out 10 bits of paperwork and then do about 20 bits of correspondence with each person. It just goes on and on.
Sounds familiar.
Linda World. Some of these are old scans. But anyway, so that was our Terminator's job, and then he disappeared. He's a busy family man. But we did have some of these websites are gone now. Look, Hello World. This was My Black Block, not to be mistaken as My Black Rock, which is a financial institution in America, isn't it? All right, I'm going to carry on reading my blog. All right, you guys are going to see it. Listen to this. Right, so we've looked through the Travorium's pitch deck, and this is their beautiful website where it's all about travel, but is it really? Let's carry on. The slide that changed the investigation. As I worked through the way Travorium corporate presentation, the slide stood out more than any other. It wasn't a luxury travel resort, a dream destination, or one of the lifestyle rewards promoted through the presentation. It was a slide titled To Profitability. I can't even say it. And the more I thought about it, the more important it came to understand how the opportunity is actually being presented to prospective members. The concept is straightforward. Introduce 3 people to purchase the same membership level, and the commission generated can effectively offset the cost of maintaining your own membership. That means all their pricing is a third too expensive. On the surface, that might appear to be nothing more than a referral incentive. Many companies reward customers for introducing new business. What caught my attention was not the existence of the incentive itself, but the prominence it was given within the presentation. Throughout Travorium's marketing, members were told about travel savings, discounted accommodation, wholesale travel pricing, and exclusive holiday experiences. And yet one of the clearest strategies presented for making membership affordable was not using travel product, it was introducing additional members rather than demonstrating how the average customer can cover their membership cost. Rather than demonstrating how the average customer can recover their membership costs through the travel-related savings, the presentation highlighted a pathway to where the costs can be covered through recruitment activity. That distinguishes matters because it explains exactly why such a much of the company training, presentations, and marketing material focus on building teams. The travel membership may be the product being sold. The travel membership may be the product being sold, and it is. But the business opportunity is never far away. By the time I reached the end of the presentation, I found myself returning to the same question again and again. If the membership delivers the level of value being promoted, why is one of the company's most visible strategies for profitability based on finding 3 additional victims, rather than simply using the travel product itself? So here we go. So that's the slide that stood out the most to me, everybody. It was the 69, 70, 150, and 270 platinum membership. And you pay that one time, and then you're stuck at paying $135 monthly. Now, I don't know whether you can have your husband and wife on one membership. I don't know whether you're allowed to book a hotel for $19 a night and stay in the Caesar on the Strip in Las Vegas, and your wife can come with you too. I'm not sure. But we will find out as time goes on, I presume. And all these lovely pictures, they're not real people, by the way. They're all AI generated. So take that, you judge. Following the trail back to pay to save. Did you get that? Did you? A tip of the hat must go to Oz from behind MLM for helping establish some more of the historical background to Travorium. His research into the company and its earlier what's that word?
Incarnation
provided valuable context as I worked through the available material and attempted to understand how the business evolved into what we see today. So the man behind the scene is obviously David Hart, the founder. He was involved in the company back when you go back to pay to save. And I don't know anything about pay to save, but keep more money back. But I can tell you, when you get down to the bottom of Oz's article, we can see affiliate, Sapphire, Ruby, Pearl, Emerald, and Diamond, and Double Diamond, and a discount card membership matrix commission. So it looked like this morphed into, there looks like a pyramid. So we can get that from reading that article. If you so-called desire to read it, you can go to my website, click on the link, and there you are, or just search Pay to Save in Oz from behind MLM. Another membership-based MLM that combined discounts, services, and referral-driven compensation model. As I dug through the older material, I found references linking the two operations through historical videos, archived web pages, company records, and independent reporting. While many current members may have never heard of Pay to Save, which I'm pretty sure Isaac Carr wouldn't have heard of, the connection is important. And why is that? Because it helps explain the origin of the business model that Travorium continues to use today. One thing you can't do with the Wayback Machine is go and check out a YouTube channel and see what it used to be. That would be really handy if you're looking at updating anything on there on the Wayback Machine. There's nothing unusual about the company rebranding. Businesses change their names all the time, update websites, merchandise, their marketing all the time. What interested me was how many of the underlying mechanics appeared to remain intact. Monthly membership, travel-related benefits, referral commissions, and organizational growth. While central themes then and remain central themes now. Well, I didn't quite get that right, but you can read it yourself, you lazy bastards. The branding may be different, the presentation may be more polished, and the travel offering may have expanded. But the core structure still appears remarkably familiar. One of the questions I keep asking myself throughout this investigation is whether Travorium represents a genuinely, I'm just going to have a wee break there for a second. Where's Queen?
Represents a genuinely new direction for the company. or simply a more sophisticated evolution of a model that has existed for well over a decade. Understanding that history provides important context because it allows readers to evaluate not only where the company is today, but also how it arrived here in the first place.
Right, so as much as I could using open source intelligence, we went through everything we could, and that's where we got to today. So first of all, let's have a look at the wonderful compensation plan. This is the good stuff. If you're a multi-level marketer, you'll be rubbing your hands together right now, and you'll be running around pouting your chest saying, I finally found something to promote because BG Well fell over, and I have nothing now to tell my community about. And this is their next best dream, and they've given me a PDF where I can figure out how much money I'm going to make. Well, I'm not going to read it and bore it to you, but if you want to pause me right now, take screenshots, and you can read about how you can go visit this lady who is so happy to go out with her pink flamingo, and they've all got glasses, they're all having a good time, and I don't know where that guy got his hairdo from, but I might start growing my hair back. That is one hell of a hairdo. I'm presuming that's a wig. And look, he's even got a beard like Richard. Have you got a pink flamingo, Richard? Probably not. Anyway, let's carry on. And then you've got the lovely lady walking down the beach just enjoying her daily payout. Then it gets complicated. Daily pay commissions. And look, you can just keep climbing that pyramid, and you can get right to the top where you can actually get an annual income, monthly income of even more than the first one, $96,000, nearly $100,000 a month. Nearly over $1 million. $1 million if you want to become the executive chairman. But you know the problem? As I showed you, when you go to sign up and you get started, you cannot get to the top of this pyramid, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't have a sponsor detected, which means that there's no way I can push past anybody on this compensation plan and get to the top. So is that false marketing? Or have they got two pyramids? Can you build your own pyramid? Can I get to the top of this and be the executive chairman of this organization? I don't see why not, but technically speaking. Bonuses, here we go. And this is a place which I would love to visit. I'm just dying to go there and have a look at that. That looks absolutely awesome. That's intriguing me.
What bonuses?
Yeah, well, I don't know what the bonuses are.
A place called bonuses?
Is that is that where they jump off the cliffs and do that special diving?
It looks like Spain.
I reckon everything's in Spain.
What if you have dual citizenship, multi-citizenship? Can I like register in my own name, my own alias, my own AKA?
Why is Susie disagreeing with somebody? That's just dirty. I'm sorry. Bob's just wills it so. What's Bob saying? What's the conversation here? Option D. I don't know. I'm just reading the conversation in the chat. Susie's come in there halfway through. I don't know what.
It's old. I don't know what Susie disagreed with, though.
Yeah, she might find something else to disagree with. But it's not like Susie disagrees unless she's just kicked somebody out of the chat room. But
I got an idea who the lady is. I'm gonna go. She's the fat one from Hyperverse.
Okay. Don't think it's anyone from Hyperverse. Okay, so we've got one star.
Yeah, you know her.
Well,
it's one of the.
No, she's not her. She's not that intelligent. Some of
the web post goes back to her state.
Lifestyle bonus. I mean, if I get rich, I'm not going to go into a shop and get a whole lot of bags and walk around town like that.
It basically that means that you get a bonus to your lifestyle. So wow. You are you get extra bonuses for enhancing your life.
I bought myself a new shirt the other day, and I don't know if you guys notice. When I have something new, I wear it over and over again. For the last 2 weeks, I've been wearing this shirt every day. And what I like about this shirt, it's got buttons that you can unbutton. And they're click buttons. You don't have to tie them, you just click them in. And it's wool, and it's really warm. But if I got my lifestyle bonus, I would probably be pimped out with a nice cap. I'd probably have a wee scarfie on, maybe some white gloves, and then I'd be the man, and a gold necklace because everyone's got it, and a Rolex. You know,
that's just like that AI picture I put in the chat yesterday. I knew that was Danny AI.
Oh, now I did. Oh, I won't bring that up. But yeah, I did see a couple of things. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I saw that. Wonder if you got it there. I'll see if we can find it. Was it Raptor? Oh, I sent you the. I just got a rerun of the girl rugby player. But anyway, we won't look at that. But yeah, I won't bring that up. Oh, look at Pixel. Oh my goodness, have you seen Pixel? He's going to be in our merch store. Oh, that looks brilliant. Oh my
The
god.
Pixelator.
Oh, he's awesome, man. I won't bring up my merch store today for some reasons, which I'm sure you'll know why. But what we will do is show you the latest picture that we got in our merch store. This is Pixel, and he's called the Pixelator, and he's going to be available on our merch store. Isn't that good? If you knew
I love
Pixel,
it.
that looks so much like him. God, that's funny. Look at it, a little eyes, and he's sleeping on the floor next to me now. Pixel, do you want to come here for a sec?
Guess what, Danny? We
What's
got
that?
2 guinea pigs today.
Oh my God, guinea pig days. That poo stuff is funny, isn't it? They've got the funniest poo ever to clean up. That we you eat them. Oh, guinea pigs. I used to have rabbits when I was young.
Mark it on your calendar, guinea pig day.
Oh, that's amazing. Pixel, have you seen yourself? Pixel, come here. Hold up, I'm going to get Pixel. Come here, mate. Come here. Come here. There you go. Oh, have a look at yourself. Look at you.
It's so awesome.
Look at that, Pix. Your mum has put you on there. Yeah, he's like half asleep. You think that's cool? Do you think it's cool? Look at him. He's like, I'm frozen. Dad's got me in a funny hold. All right, come here, you.
Hey, Queen, can you take guinea pigs everywhere you go, or you got to keep them like in the bedding?
So you can put them outside, can't you?
Yeah, you can walk guinea pigs. When I was younger and I had a guinea pig, I used to have a leash for it.
No way.
We used to take it outside, yeah.
I never did a walk. Guinea pig walk.
When I stopped at the truck stop, right when I got on the call, I went into the men's room, Danny. You know the men's room.
I go to the ladies. That's a different story.
Yeah. There was at the urinal. There was a. I don't know if it was like a woman's. What do you call it? A pad, women's menstrual pad, or if it was a diaper. Okay. But it looked like a dog. You know how they got the dog diapers?
Yeah. Well,
yeah. It looked like there was they make diapers for dogs. Okay.
That's a good story.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So there was a diaper. Oh. It looked like a diaper at the urinal. I'm like, what the heck? Am I in the wrong freaking bathroom, restroom?
Oh, I'm going to get that t-shirt, man. The Pixelator. Oh my God, that's
I want to get that too.
That's brilliant. Oh, that's good. Anyway, guys, where were we? I've got Pixel on my knee now, so we have to carry on. Oh, so we're looking through the compensation plan and the lifestyle bonuses. Like it's
how much money do we have to plug into it without people? If we could substitute people for the recruitment of people for $130 a head, how much money does it take for me to start having it pay us? That's the point of the whole blog.
Yeah.
Recruitment works off of scamming your neighbor, your friend, your family member, and all of their friends. So how much money do you need to put in the closed system for it to start paying you? That's where you were at in the breakdown.
Well, yeah, I mean, I just want to buy the travel card. This is what you feel like saying to them, isn't it? I just want the travel card, but I can't. I can't sign up for the travel card unless I'm part of the business model, which is ridiculous. And like the question is, how am I going to get can I just get, I don't even think I'm going to get I won't even be able to use the rewards I get on the card. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Like you get more travel miles, right? With a credit card. So what if I have a credit card
exactly
that has enough money on the credit card to hit that dollar amount in your structure here, and then I'll pay off the credit card, but I also get the benefits of your travel program. So how come they can't reason like that? It's basic common sense when we look at these fake platforms.
I've got a titanium credit card. I don't know if it still applies, but if I pay for half my accommodation, half my flights, half my travel, with my credit card, I automatically get free travel insurance. So things like that, which is, I mean, but I'm not, so it's just crazy. Like you just get so many benefits. Yeah. Everything's got a reward system to it. You don't need this.
Insurance
crap.
is a good example, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Richard, do you want a power up bonus? Do you like?
No, I don't want to know about a power
Come on,
up.
mate. Yeah. What about annual vacation? Do you want to go away with your scammer buddies for a holiday? Because this is the
scammer bunnies or buddies.
Well, I don't know. Let's call them hedgehogs. No, what do we call them? We call them guinea pigs. Go away with your guinea pig friends.
You can dress up your guinea pig like bunnies.
Yep, and I guarantee there'll be a lady walking down the beach in a bikini, having her toes tickled. As you do. Or you can get a residence bonus. 2-star ambassadors, you can get a house. Bonus pays on the 5th of the following month. Must hold the rank every day of the month. Pay at the lowest rank.
What?
Oh,
get a house.
Well, there's just a small print at the bottom. Qualifying for a residential bonus is extremely difficult and reached by very few partners. Isn't that just awesome? Hold it. They've got the luxury cars. So that's...
Wait, hang on. You get a house for vacation or you get an actual house?
Well, it's a resident bonus. So you just have to read this fine print there, Rich. I mean, you're not meant to know what it is.
Okay. All right. I'm going to have AI help me out later.
Yeah, well, I see a house and I think, do I get a house? And then I see cars and I'm thinking, luxury BMW bonus cars. I would like to know how many people actually get cars that haven't got a car that's leased, if there is a car available. Qualifying for a BMW car bonus is extremely difficult and reached by very few partners. So it's okay because the big words at the top is luxury BMW car bonus. But the words at the bottom, qualifying for the BMW bonus is extremely difficult and reached by very few people. Okay. Oh, you get yourself a wife.
I know my BMW that I want. I don't know if I can get it through this program or not. I saw it earlier with Daxton. It's the BMW wagon, like the 5 Series wagon. It's freaking nice. Like, well, I don't see a BMW that I like very often.
Well, this is the 80-20 rule applies here, mate. The 80% of this presentation is showing you what not even 20% of people get. And that's
exactly,
I mean, everyone's happy and deliriously happy. Ranks and qualifications. And it says, I like reading this small print, it's more exciting. It said, at all ranks, 50% of the overall volume must come from your personal enroller tree. Now, what the F is a personal enroller tree?
You get to roll up your leg? What? I don't get it.
No. And then we've got another one here, which is ambassadors. I'm not even going to read it all, but I'm just going to read the bottom line. It said, all ranks, 50% of the overall volume must come from the personal enroller. Is that the same as the one above? Yeah, same as the one above. Here's a lady jumping up with great excitement because she's finally realized that she's got no friends left, but she has got a few people signed up for the travel club. And now was that a guy? I know, hold it. Yeah, it's got booms. So, yeah, I think, yeah. So there's a whole lot of fine print here. I'm just going to read one of them. Ambassadors must sign the ambassador agreement and meet the qualifications to receive shares in the global pool. Ambassadors must hold the rank for at least 16 days of the month qualified and the last day of the month to qualify for the shares in the pool. Okay. I mean, would you really sit here and think, well, this company has been fully transparent with this information, or would you sit here and say, look, I cannot thread a camel through the eye of a needle? I believe that okay,
come on.
I'll give you an example here. I had a car that had finance on it, and somebody drove into that car and totaled my car. My car was 11 months old. I paid $33,000 for it. And then they told me that they were going to pay out $23,000. Now, and I said, my policy says that you will replace my car with equivalent, or you would, within 12 months, they said they would cover me and give me a brand new car. It's been 11 months. My car's been totaled. You're telling me it lost $10,000 in 9 months. And then you're telling me you're going to pay out on the only car you could find on the internet. And it was a Japanese import, which means it wasn't the same. It wasn't like for like. Long story short, they rang me up and they said, oh, Mr. DeHeck, they said, we've been reading through your policy. This is the insurance company. And we've found out that because your car's less than 12 months old, you are entitled to a brand new replacement car. And I said, I saw that all over your advertising. And they said, however, have you got any finance over the vehicle? And I went, yes. Oh, they said, well, it doesn't apply to you. And I said, okay, I'll play your stupid game. How many people have you actually replaced their car on that policy? And they said nobody. So nobody in all of New Zealand had actually got what was advertised on their policy is 12 months. If your car's is written off within, and it's only 12 months old, you're going to get a replacement car. And nobody had ever received that. Even though the people who had the policy in their hand were so happy to tell me that I was able to get that. 4 people in their office reviewed my policy and said I was going to get a brand new car. So then the insurance company comes back and says, oh, we think your car's only worth $23,000. And I said, I want a white version of this car delivered to me as per your blah, blah, blah. Long story short, they finished up paying out, I think it was $27,000. And because I'd leased the car, I broke even, and means I could just walk in and get a brand new car. It didn't cost me anything. It was crap. Anyway, now I've got a grey one with spots on the door instead of a white one with spots on the door. But long story short is this seems very familiar. As I said, try to thread a camel through the eye of a needle and you will be eligible for these rewards. But these rewards are paid out by their own words by very few people. So if this is their marketing glossy brochure and no one's getting the benefits from it, what is this designed to do? It's just there. It's pompous. It's just a blow up shit. Make you feel excited. Go Rich.
Yeah, Danny, were you reading that whole example or did you just come off the top of your head with that one?
With the car one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it happened to me 5.5 years ago.
Were you reading it from the blog or did you just come off the top of the head with that one?
No, top of the head. Because
I was gonna say
I'd like to put in my guess.
Bob's just interrupted.
You brought a guest, Bob? What?
You've got no friends, Bob.
Yes, I do. My 2 other toes.
You can't count church people. Bob, and there's Bob's community has got one.
What do you mean it's Bob? It's Jim, Larry.
Larry Lane. Sorry, Larry.
Bob's community is looking for its feet.
Yeah, you go, Bob. Anyway, Bob.
I would like to put in my guess. It is the lady from California or Romanos.
Manos?
Who's on stage? What are you talking about?
Yeah, spill the
for the website.
Oh, okay.
No.
So what I was going to say.
Yes, it is. I tracked it because they embedded an article of the court case and they stupidly linked back to their website and actually put their name on that website.
Well, I can tell you how we know who it is, and I'll send it to you offline.
Yeah. Let's finish that one offline.
Yeah. We don't want the person to think I really know, but I do. Well, I will give you a document. I'll send it to you via Signal. But and you can't say it live. But I'll tell you how we know who it is. Where are you? You what are you called again? Not Mad Dog. You're called something cool. You haven't got an icon on your friggin' thingy.
What?
Truth. The Red Raptor. I can't even find you. Not tonight.
Let me say the example while you segue.
What was that?
So I was going to say to the Isaacs in the audience when he asked Danny the question, how is it a scam? Okay, Mister, I've only been in it for a month and you're already at the billionaire status.
Yeah.
How come we can't go through the whole structure of the compensation plan and be like, you know what would apply to make you want to do something like this based off of the structure of the compensation plan? Substitute travel with when you get to the point where you're going to get a free house, you're going to get a free car. What is it that you want to do in life with money? Because if you freaking bring all your friends and family in, you're going to lose your friends and family unless you have a Megan Lynch detachable AI penis or whatever they call that thing, that leg.
You're not allowed to swear in here. Megan Lynch is a swear word.
Okay, the imagery is swear word. So where do you go in goods and services to the audience of the Isaacs? What's that?
I just heard Megan Lynch speaking in the background then.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, carry on. Sorry.
I thought I heard her too. So where is the goods and services that you would substitute for travel in this compensation plan? Where in the world? Where on the internet? Where in your career? Where in your whole entire life as a professional adult would you find a better substitute than travel to the audience of the Isaacs, of the Isaac legs? You see what I'm saying, Danny? Because it all comes down to money. There was a time that all these scams had to do with crypto because everybody thought that they were going to lose out if they don't get involved with crypto. But now that you ain't got no money to get into crypto, now you need to find a way to get money just to live.
Yeah.
So what? Okay, at a certain point, you're going to get so many people involved with this that you're going to be able to travel for free. Then you're going to get a free house. You're going to get a free car. So where along the line did the Isaacs of the world look into this compensation plan and say to themselves, wow, that's where I'm at. This is where I want to be. And then nobody ever reaches the actual top. So where are you going to substitute your friends and family in the victims of this scam? What are you going to substitute the travel for? Because you got to think this thing through. Because you don't want to come on the stage and offer us a proper critique the way that you want us to critique a scam. So help us out here.
Yeah, I like what you said then. I'm just trying to give Bob the notes. Now, you can't say this online, Bob, but I know you won't. So what you're basically saying is, how do we help him make money other than scamming people instead? Because he's doing it for the money anyway.
What I'm saying is this. There was a time that everybody was looking into the crypto, follow the blockchain. And all the technologies speak and all the speeches about, we got, the hyperverses had fake people, like the fake CEO. And everybody has this freaking LinkedIn account and everybody has all this history, and they were being fooled because they thought that they were going to lose out on crypto. But now that it's got nothing to do with crypto, everybody's still on the bandwagon of we got to hurry up and get money because no more. Okay, so now that you are going to make a living out of a scam, where do you find yourself in that structure, in that compensation plan, on the pyramid itself? Does your job that you're sacrificing by getting yourself involved with a scam, does it pay you enough to live anywhere comfortably on that pyramid itself?
No.
So think to yourself, if you had the amount of money to inject into this scam to put you halfway up the pyramid, how much money is that? And then would you actually be benefiting if you say $200,000? Didn't you say $200,000 a month is at a certain level?
Yeah, well, you can actually get theoretically $96,000 a month plus bonuses.
Yeah. So if you got $96,000 from your own income outside of the scam that you can waste on injecting into this, are you comfortable with that? Because you're going to find the next notch, the next step up on the pyramid. Like, it's not high tech to walk these things through to understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to psychologically manipulate you to make you think that you're going to be better off at some point in your life by getting other people involved. Why can't you just use money? Why can't you just go get the money from the bank and put it into your program? Did anybody ever think about that? Did anybody ever ask an upline? Did anybody ever ask the CEO, how much money do I got to put into this company so I can become the CEO? Because I want to buy your scam. I want to acquire your scam. How much money is this scam worth to acquire right now?
Yeah. And
give me your EIN and we'll have our lawyers do the talking.
Yeah.
Because the money does the walking and the talking around here.
Now I might have to go for a run tonight, and I've only got a few minutes to carry this one on. So as much as this is, so I'm not trying to shut you up. I just push for time. So I just wouldn't mind finishing this blog. But anyway, I think all that's it's reverse psychology, calling you bluff for the use of a better word. What Richard's saying, but it actually would add up. If this was true, then you could actually use. You could go put a mortgage on your house and buy this scam and run a perfect life. But it's not. It's just a recruitment thing to get people to sign up for a membership fee under the radar. Literally, it's under the radar of travel. Exactly. It's trying to be a travel website, but we know that the actual mechanics and the business opportunity is 99% of what they're selling. Travel, we've got reviews from people who've turned up in hotels, haven't been able to get into their accommodation because when they've booked via the app, they claim that the booking didn't go through. And then when they tried to ring the 0800 numbers with the numbers, they were told they were ringing the company outside of the normal hours. So it doesn't, and they claim to be in 60 countries. So this is not a travel company as such. This is a business opportunity company. And you'll find all the multi-level marketers promoting it who are only loyal as long as they keep getting fed the money that you're paying them. As soon as the money dries up or the commission structure changes, they're out of there. And they're the marketing department. And they say, well, it's a better marketing department than doing advertising on Facebook or Instagram. Well, I disagree with that. Anyway, let's read this paragraph.
Like many MLM opportunities, Travorium's compensation plan places considerable emphasis on what participants can potentially earn. The company's official material outlines a pathway from director ranks through to ambassador and eventually executive chairman, with increasingly attractive income figures attached to each level. According to the company's own compensation documentation, executive chairman can earn up to $3,200 per day, which Travorium equates to approximately $96,000 per month plus bonuses. That is a life-changing amount of money for most people, and whenever I see income projections of that magnitude, I immediately start looking beyond the headline figure.
Right, so now this is the truth of the matter. And this is
the question is not whether the compensation plan says those earnings are possible. The question is what it actually takes to get there. Travorium's compensation plan reveals that advancing through the ranks requires enormous amounts of business volume, BV, generated through membership sales across an expanding organization. By the time a participant reaches ambassador level, the requirements have already become substantial. According to the company's own examples, an ambassador organization requires approximately 188 memberships on one side and 188 memberships on the other, creating an organization of roughly 376 memberships. Beyond ambassador, the numbers become significantly larger as participants work toward presidential ambassador, chairman and executive chairman.
Now that is an astronomical number. In my opinion, an unachievable number. And if you're going to spend all your advertising poking that down somebody's face, you would already
sign up the whole world.
You'd have to what?
Because every time that you sign up somebody, they're also doing the same thing. So if you signed up that many people, technically the whole world would already be signed up. Exactly. If you got to executive chairman, the whole world has signed up for this scam.
How can people dispute what you just said?
That's it. Instead of Nanillion tokens,
I don't know. We tell them that all the time.
But
we tell them that all the time, and they're like, "Oh, well, no." And I'm like, "Yeah, at level 17, you've actually signed up the entire world, and based on a lot of these charts, when you think about it, each person has to do this." Right. So you sign up those 300 whatever people, but their goal is to also do what you're doing. So each of them is also signing up 300 and whatever people, who's then supposed to sign up 300 and whatever people. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
In no time, you've literally signed up the entire universe.
Yeah. And then
it would be easier to get the money from the bank and buy the company. than to build the company for the company.
Yeah,
Right.
I get you
That was
too.
my point.
Yeah, you got it. I got it. And when I was doing my introduction today, I was arguing with my introduction, and one of the big things I was basically saying is, I would like to write an introduction, maybe explain why Travorium is not a scam, and what they are doing, and are they doing anything illegal? I can't substantiate the claims. Can I substantiate the claims and the earning that people are told they will get? Question mark. Have people use their services, and have they been have established? So I basically was trying to look at it from the other end. I was trying to say to ChatGPT, when you write me the description, let's look at it like it's not a scam. But
yeah, you're right. You're right. Because
can't.
when you do that, because when you're doing that, Danny, you're actually doing like what's called a valuation. You're you're adding the value of the actual corporation that they're not doing publicly, because they're not a public company. I don't even think that the company exists. It's probably just a promoter, a marketing promoter trying to run the scam, like a rug pull. They're trying to get people in, and at the right time, they know when to bail and move on to the next scam. That's what we tell the whole world. We're creating the awareness.
Then I looked at the
lost heart, Danny.
Well, I looked
going.
Thank you. The big travel companies, I asked it to list all the big travel companies, and then it some reason gave me a list of all the travel companies that use multi-level marketing, World Ventures, Dream Tips, and all that. And then I went, but then it woke up, and I come down here and said, and then it listed all the companies that are big that we really all do know the names of, and they don't use multi-level marketing. They might give you a discount, a loyalty benefit, but they don't give you a screeds of marketing information on how to promote the business behind these travel companies. These big travel companies didn't get this big by promoting the business opportunity. They got big by providing the travel savings. I mean, I used to get $2,000 a month from Booking.com because I used to have a large travel network that used to get 25,000 people a day looking at my All Things New Zealand website, and it had travel, rental cars, the whole 9 yards. It was a big travel company, one of the biggest in New Zealand at the time. And because I could list their accommodation under my umbrella, every time somebody got a booking and they paid $1,100, I remember I would get like $80 or $100 of that because they found it on my website, they clicked on it, and then they went away and booked it, and they gave me a commission. But that's affiliate marketing. And this was back in 2004. But $2,000 a month is a lot of money for me back then, but it was another bonus to my 25,000 visitors I had to my website every day, So, but I just thought it was quite interesting trying to come up with, I'm trying to say that this does not mathematically sustain itself. And I'm so glad you pulled me up on that one, Queen of Karma, because if you've got 367 members underneath you, that's a lot of recruiting and a lot of money that you're bringing in for the company as well. Every one of those memberships represents a real person paying real money. Or even this is going to double it up. Someone has to introduce them to the opportunity. Someone has to answer all their questions. Someone has to support them all, train them how to keep them engaged. And just as importantly, someone has to replace the people who eventually leave. That reality is missing from the compensation chart. The drop-off rate is something I used to monitor when I had a business networking company. And I can tell you the drop-off rate was staggering with my company. The life expectancy of a person that was coming along using my services was 3 months, and then I'd lose them. Because
in MLMs, 50% of people drop out by the first month.
Wow.
And 90% by the 6th month.
Wow. Yeah. That reality is often missing from compensation charts. Boom. Because charts show outcomes, not the enormous amount of recruitment activity required to sustain those incomes. Compensation charts also contained that compensation plan also contains detail that many readers may overlook. The highest rank Travorium requires participants to maintain a substantial volume across 3 separate legs. 3 now. If I go traveling and somebody's going to use legs and I don't get it. Not just 2, An executive chairman must generate 3.6 million PV. You might as well start your own fucking travel company up, including 1.2 million PV in its weakest legs, while also satisfying a series of leadership requirements within each organization. So it's like you're running two companies, your left leg and right leg, and then they introduce a third leg. Those figures are taken directly from the company's compensation plan and help explain why very few people ever reach the top of the structure. None of this means the compensation plan is impossible to achieve, but we do believe it is impossible to achieve. And if you have anyone, Travorium, that has achieved it, please get them to come on the show. We would love to hear from them. Maybe they could sponsor us a holiday and we could go sit there and talk and drink with martinis. And I could introduce myself to my legs. Anyway, clearly some people have reached these ranks. What the hell? I don't know who they are. What it does mean, clearly some people have reached these ranks. What it does mean that the glossy income projections should always be viewed alongside the scale of the organization required to generate them. The compensation plan shows what is theoretically possible. The more important question for most prospective members is how many people actually achieve those outcomes and how many people spend years chasing them without ever getting close. Now, something comes to mind, Queen Akama, back me up on this one. There's a lady called Julie, you as well, but Julie Anderson, is it? And she battled along for 5 years trying to make this work. 5 years of her life she spent trying to make something like this work, and at the end of it, she just gave up, and now she's a YouTuber. Well, she was a YouTuber. She stopped for a while, didn't she? Probably got tired of it all.
Yeah, I gotta go though, Danny.
All right, darling. You're awesome. Thank you very much.
Have a good night, everyone.
Love you like a brother from another lover. Well, maybe a sister from another lover.
Good night, guinea pigs.
Sister from another mister.
Oh, a mother from another mister. Got it, I think. Putty in one eye, sand in the other. Sure. But you can see the graphics. You can go through and research all this yourself. I've actually got to go pretty soon myself, but I don't think we're too far away from getting somewhere, or we might be. Oh, my God, it did go on a wee bit. I don't know if I'll carry on with all this. I might do a bit of a Danny abbreviation on this one because I would. I've got a dear friend of mine. It's her birthday, and it's birthday cake, and I like this. So if you are following this one here, so the number 2, Travorium doesn't lead with. The income disclosure statement was something else that we managed to find and download. And if you really want these files that we've gathered about this company, do let us know. Could we have kept them? Like most presentations, the marketing focuses on success stories, but not the disclosure statements. But you've got to have both. So this is the part that was really interesting. The income disclosure introduced a very different perspective. According to its own published figures, more than 88% of participants earn no income whatsoever. That is breathtaking. So to be clear, we're not saying the company is operating illegal. I would go as far to say, is it ethical? But its income is, the whole glossy brochure thingy here isn't here. It's shown you the top end of the pyramid. It's lopsided. I mean, I believe that they would be better off offering a travel discount card for $59 a month. And if you refer somebody into it, you get 20% once. And then that would be fair for everyone. Because if I signed up and paid $130 a month, knowing that somebody on the top of the pyramid is just taking my monthly fee and gaining money from it, I personally wouldn't like the ethics of that. I think this company, if it was legitimate, could actually provide. And how many travel cards are out there at the moment that you pay for on a monthly basis? Like, I pay for Netflix. I don't pay for Sky, but the other day there was rugby on, so we did pay $60 to have Sky for a month. But how many monthly subscriptions do you actually pay for? And how many travel monthly subscriptions do you actually pay for? Have you got one? How many people have you actually pay something per month for your travel? I mean, is there a market out there for people to do that? I don't know. I mean, it's just putting it out there.
It's not rocket science, it's the heck science.
So what they're going for is, like Queen Akama mentioned, is 50% of these multi-level marketing packages that people buy, 50% of people stop after the first month, and then the next 6 months, 90% of people stop. So their drop-off rate is astronomical. And as I just said, 88% of people have never make any money out of this at all. That means you sign up for your card, your travel discount, and you go to your friends and family and you ask them to sign up. 88% of people never receive any commission or any benefit from trying to do the sales pitch. Then they realize how hard it is, and if we go back, how hard it is to get 376 members signed up underneath you. The only way you're going to do this is be a rock star and have a group of people around you that believe everything that you say. So you have to have a big trust network, because that's all these Ponzi schemes and scams are all about trust. And if anybody can get 367 people on their left and right leg, it is all about lying, give them trust. Now, if you want to trust this travel company and you want to turn up at midnight with your kids, like some of the reviews that we heard, and they go ring the phone number to see if they can get some help when it's closed, or get the benefits, then it is all recruitment. So here's one thing about the Platinum membership. I'm not going to read the whole lot. Approximately, Platinum membership is going to cost you $1,890 per year. And monthly fees are taken into account. Yet the average earning disclosure of any participant almost project is highlighted anywhere. So the averaged. So this is the, I don't even get what I'm getting here. I'm going to have to read the next two paragraphs to make sure I don't mess
Yet
it
the
up.
average earnings disclosed for many participants appear modest when compared to the income projections highlighted elsewhere. That raises a question I believe every prospective member should ask before joining. How many participants are genuinely profitable after membership fees, travel expenses, events, marketing costs and other business-related expenses are deducted?
Yeah, this doesn't add up, guys. It's not rocket science, is it? Inside the training portal. So this is where we have now linked to the training portal. And I showed this earlier on, and just for shits and giggles, let's see if I can find that link somewhere in here. I think it was way at the start. So if you want to go check out the training portal, you can do that. And we'll go back to where we are. But the training portal basically had a whole lot of, you get nothing when you get here, but if you go up here, you can get images. And they basically give you all these images you can put on your website. And you can put all these lovely images online. Traveler. I don't even know that's French, is it? French. Look for the English ones. Here we go. Work from home. Start an online business. Ask me how. Oh my God. So this is the training information that they give you guys. So you're going to put this on your Facebook page, on your Instagram. Somebody's going to look at it and go, work from home, start an online business, ask me how. And that is the training content they give you, so that when people ring you up, you can say, well, we've got a travel card. Is that the bullshit that they're going to give you people? Let's have a look and see if we can find another one. What would working from home mean to you? You see, they're not selling travel. They're selling the concept of working from home. They're selling the passive income dream where you can just ring up your friends and go, can you buy my travel card so I get some of your money? I mean, this is how start an online business, ask me how. Let's go to another one. And it's a pregnant lady at home with a kid. I mean, they're going after the wrong people. Let's find another one. How about it? Let's see, we've got one that's in English. You get the idea though. So this is the start a business today. Ask me how. This is not a business. You cannot tell me that these people who are selling this shit are running a real business. Okay, let's go to another one that's got, let's have a look at this. We've got nothing there. Let's go back until we find one that's in English. Have you ever considered starting a home-based business? That is if you upload that to your Facebook page and somebody will contact you and then you go straight into the sales pitch. It's a load of crap, poos and wheeze. It's just ridiculous. All right, let's carry on. We've got inside the travel portal, I think we mentioned lots about that. I just did. So they've got this travel portal where you can go in there and you can use all their now, the reason why this blog is so long, because I wanted to do a pretty full-on investigation, is because the travel portal basically had all the documents, all the terms and conditions, all the compensation plans, everything you could ever think of. The ambassador lifestyle. So this is the real dream. I can guarantee that no one is living the ambassador lifestyle, but their marketing is carefully designed to appear to
ambition.
So if you do this, you're going to get that. That's what ambition is. All through the presentation, members are shown international travel expenses, luxury accommodation, recognition events, bonus pools, annual vacation, lifestyle rewards. You're actually not joining a travel club. You're joining a cult of people who are going to be, they're going to get rich quick one day, but not today. Look, it's just hopeless. Income disclosure. So that's why I think we've read this, but we'll read this again.
That is why Travorium's income disclosure statement is such an important document. While the marketing material understandably focuses on top performers, the company's own figures show that more than 88% of participants earned no income at all. Those two realities need to be considered together. The lifestyle being promoted may be real for a small percentage of participants, but the disclosure suggests that the experience of the average member is likely to be very different.
Yeah. So it's not rocket science. Retail customer questions. Perhaps one of the most important unanswered questions raised during this investigation concerns the distinction between customers and participants. Travorium frequently refers to customers through its marketing material. The customer promotes travel memberships, world tours, wholesale travel pricing, and a growing international community spanning to more than 60 countries, as I mentioned in the start of this. On the surface, that creates the impression of a thriving travel business serving large base customers. What remains unclear, however, is how many people are simply purchasing a travel product compared to those people who are actively participating in the business opportunity. So we've got people over here that want to travel, and we've got people over here that actually want to be part of the business opportunity. Where does that weigh up? Is it lopsided? Is it equal? Are there more people out? Like if I used Expedia, if I used TripAdvisor, if I used Booking.com, and I said to you that actually 80% of the people that use our services aren't travelers. They are people that have purchased our booking cards that we sell. Did you know that if you sign up for our booking card, you're going to get 50%, $50 of everybody that signs up? I mean, this is what we're looking at here. I mean, this is a company that seems to be all about selling memberships, and very few of their customers are traveling. I don't know if that's true or not, but we would like to know. So write a reply, more than welcome to answer and, go through our questions and actually answer them if you like. A travel company driven primarily by genuine retail customers, demand is fundamentally different from a business where a significant percentage of their memberships are purchased by people pursuing commissions. So people who buy their membership or their travel cards are there because they want to get the commissions that they potentially could get if they found people to recruit into the scheme. Rank achievements, residential income. The model is driven by consumer demand for the product. The other is driven largely by participation in the opportunity itself. The questions, so I'm not going to read all this because I'm a bit pushed for time. So you can read my blog, but without access to the company's internal figures, it's impossible to know exactly the balance between retail customers and the opportunity seekers. So I want to know where the money's coming from, because in all our investigations, we go after the money. If Travorium is generally a travel company, first and foremost, then the company should have no difficulty demonstrating that a substantial portion of their memberships are held by customers who joined for the travel benefits alone and have no interest in earning commissions. So, will you get the travel discounts if you don't have the points on your card? By recruiting people, you get more points, you get more discounts. But by purchasing their travel card, do you get the points or the discounts that they offer? So what I'm getting at, I don't know if you understood what I'm saying here, or just speaking French for a wee while, it's fucked up. This is all fucked up. You have to basically...
I get it.
Yeah.
You want me to do a recap real quick?
Yep. Go.
All right. So here's the thing, y'all. There's a way where Danny spoke on earlier. Can you literally just get the card when you come in through the structure of the payment, with the multi-level marketing side? Can you get the card and just never get anybody right leg, left leg, center leg?
Yep.
And then let them do all the work for you?
Yep.
Or do you have to progress in order for the card to work. And so where the numbers that make up the structure come into play, and then also it goes to give legitimacy to the business, because if it's strictly for travel, where are the case studies of the people that got in strictly based off of what Danny proposed, that, hey, I would like to just buy the card at $50.
Yep.
And then let me get that card on a monthly, charge whenever I want to use it on a monthly charge. Why do I have to pay into it for life? And then that's what we want to know from people that are the downlines, the different legs, from anybody ever watching this in the replay or live right now. We want to know, how much have you paid in that you have gotten out of it?
Yep.
Because you obviously have not even broken even. You're fighting and fighting to try to get more people and more people so you can keep climbing the ranks. And we know that that's the same thing for all the scams. So the legitimacy comes with, we need to validate their connections with travel arrangements, the hotels, the cars, all the other perks. They're never going to show that. And if you paid for the freaking card outright, you can't even ask your upline to validate that information with you, because you'll get shunned. That's why it's a cult.
Yeah.
They want to force you to freaking believe the lie. And if you go against the lie, now you're a negative. Now you're the scammer. That's what they do to us.
Yeah.
We're automatically the scammer when all we want to do is answer the right, appropriate questions for what they've laid out in front of us. So I think that 50-50, that lays out a recap. But to your point, we need to be able to buy a card and do something with it. I don't want to buy a card and then have to keep paying for life, and we don't even know if it's going to be good for life. So why would I want to make that investment? That's the pros and cons of that simple investment right there.
Yeah, and if I was running this as a scam, I would be, and I'm just hypothetically speaking here because I don't want to call them a scam. I would basically look at how much money, because every time you want to do a booking, I assume that you have to go through their portal. And I assume, like most Ponzi schemes that we go after, anytime somebody goes to withdraw the money, they work out who that person is and how much money they will fork out to keep the illusion alive. And I would bet your bottom dollar that if anyone goes on this and goes, yeah, I travel, it would be one of the promoters that have brought in enough people. And then, it just wouldn't work. I mean, it just doesn't make sense, the mass of this, even let's say if everything's achievable and they've done 100%, factual on their compensation plans. But the reality is that no one can achieve what they are promoting. And even if they're using the money that they're getting from the monthly fees to supplement the fees. So are you telling me that when you go and book and you stay at the Flash Hotel on the Strip, whatever it's called, I've forgotten, and it's normally $1,000, and then Travorium come in there and say, oh, we would like to do a booking for one of our members, and we will pay for it, but they only pay so much when they turn up because they are using their travel points and the like. Do you pay with your Travorium card? Do you go up to the Caesar Hotel and do you put your Travorium card on the bench? And then they go, oh, you're part of the travel club. We will give you 60% off, sir. Or do I have to go through the portal of their website and hope that somebody at Travorium... Now, I'd love to know how the booking process works. If I go in there and let's say I'm going to America in a month's time, and I'm a member of Travorium, whatever it's called, and I sign up and I book my accommodation, then do I have to wait 2 or 3 days for confirmation, or is it done instantly? I'm guessing it's the later. No, I'm guessing it's not done instantly. And then it's all approved. And then we're keeping Danny alive. Danny's a good promoter of ours. He's brought in quite a few people. We'll make sure we keep Danny happy. I reckon and this is how and I'm not saying this is a Ponzi scheme, but if this was a Ponzi scheme, then this is how they keep the illusion alive.
I
And
will
it's
say
all good.
it is.
Right. Good on you.
Or the worst case, it's a white label, which will get, when I find out, because I will eventually dig up into the website, I will find the affiliate link, and I will call the parent company, and they will terminate the affiliate, just like I did with Neolife, and that's why Neolife doesn't have travel anymore.
Boom shakalaka. We have done this before. We have found white labeled websites with code in it with an API that linked back to other travel companies. And they were just using a white label. Well, there wasn't even a white label. They were literally booking using API keys, using a cloak, claiming they were doing the bookings. But we found it was going back to other. I can't remember it, but we've got videos way back. So what we're saying is this is smoke and mirrors. This, like, I used to do rental car.
Right there.
I used to do rental car. I used to look after 45 different rental car companies' websites, and I used to do 99% of all their marketing online. This was back in 2004 when I was doing really well. And I also always used to do accommodation providers as well. And all the hotels and the rental cars would talk to a central database. And then that database would update their bookings. So when somebody come along and booked that rental car or their accommodation, it would come out of their system so they didn't have somebody turn up at the counter, fulfill the room, and then somebody online did it. So all these booking systems, they would now tell my customer, you keep your availability up to date with our system, and our system talks to all these other accommodation providers. So hotel bookings, lastminute.com, Expedia, and we update all of them for you. And then your footprint's a lot bigger. Now, I can guarantee you that Travorium is not one of those companies. I guarantee you that they are doing their bookings through one of those other big companies. They're probably going to booking.com or they're going to that other one. There's another one out there that scouts all the websites and finds the cheapest one.
Yeah.
And they're probably booking it manually for you, because I don't believe they've got 20,000 people signing up in 2024 like they say. And I don't believe that the 20,000 people, they haven't got anyone using their services. They've probably got 100 people, $150 people a year. Even if you've got 20,000 people signed up for a travel card, I would doubt very much that even 300 of them would actually use that travel card before they realize they don't need it because they don't actually use it. So we stopped it, because.
Yeah. Bob, Danny brought up a great point before you jumped in there, Bob. Like, when you look at the structure, how do you look at the structure and know for yourself that you are involved only based off of recruiting, or does your people that you recruit, do they have to go on vacations? Can you go from never having the card to the day that you get the card based off of however many people you have to have under you? Do you only get to the next level and the next level to the greatest level? Do you have to get people on vacations? Like, did your day job turn into a full-time job with this company based off of getting people? And then now that you got the people, do you only get to the level that you can do this full-time if they go on vacations? Can you even get to the pyramid top strictly based off of bringing people in? That is what needs to be deciphered by AI. Like, I saw this thing on Stonehenge earlier. They said that they asked.
Quick story, Rich.
Yep. They asked AI, what did we miss? And they put all the information about Stonehenge and they spit out an answer. But it's like, that's what AI is going to miss here. How do you make it to the top? What are we missing here about this? How has the people that have been involved for 15 years made it as far as they have? Did they bring people in, or did they have to get them to go on vacations now?
Yeah.
There has to be two different roads with that.
Yeah.
That the people took. They didn't mingle them together.
Look, it's all bullshit, Rich. And it gets, my next section here is the public footprint does not match the story. And we're investigators. Like, I go to this website here, and there's this is their so a company that has 20,000 people sign up in 2024 has 1,100 people have subscribed to their YouTube channel. Oh, the YouTube channel is 10 years old. Oh, so you go to the bottom, and like I did, I copied every title to every video that you can see. And I get to the bottom here. 10 years ago, the first video had 122 views. The next video, 6 years ago, so 4 years distance between year 10, 4 years later, well, he's posted another video. And that one has 3,400 views 6 years ago. And it was on an ambassador trip. Now, when do you think out of the 370 odd videos that are on this YouTube channel, when do you think the next video? So you've got a 10-year video, a 6-year video, and now we're on to how long ago was that one done? This one was done a year ago. So all these videos that you're looking at here are all done the last 12 months. This is a telltale sign for anyone running a scam. And what are these videos? Well, you hold your mouse over it and there's silly people. Well, there's this idiot guy called Heart to Heart. It's the same shit all the time. All the videos are not people. These are just royalty-free. What do they call those videos? Where you get people.
Back image.
These aren't real people having holidays on whatever his name is. Trend. So this is the sort of shit they use to, give themselves endorsement. But let's just do him a favor, because 3 weeks ago was the last time he posted. Let's have a listen.
This is the last video, and this video is all about living the good life.
I hate the music. So Living the Good Life Special Edition. Okay, now we've spent...
It isn't just about money, it's about living well, being productive, having meaningful friendships, nurturing your inner
royalty
circle,
free,
and building a life filled with purpose. That lesson fits perfectly with Travorium. We're not here just to make transactions. We're here to create experiences, memories, and relationships that last. Travorium ties into Jim's idea of living a good life.
Right.
Our travel savings create experiences. Each trip is a story you can share that inspires.
Okay, so I've had enough, but it's we're only 1 minute 55 seconds in. But I mean, what the heck is that YouTube channel doing? I mean, it doesn't have. You don't have 20,000 people.
I bet you that guy is in that. Go all the way back. I bet you in that second video. I bet you that guy's in there.
What? Oh, what do you mean?
Remember the second video? We got like 343 views.
Oh,
I bet that guy's in there.
Yeah, but and also
all the way at the bottom.
Yeah,
all the way at the bottom.
I'm not going all the way there again. But let's just say, looking at the video numbers, 41, 27, 13, 15, 17, 25, 192, it's a miracle. 133, it's another miracle. 62, 61, 181, 107, 21, 10, 38, 56, 10, 30, 83, 333, 900, India. I've been there. Let's have a look. India. Right, so theoretically, this is a couple that went to India. What have we got here? Maybe they went to India and did an evening where everyone had to hold up their phone to do dancing. Here he is. So these are all the people that have gone to a seminar. Maybe that was a yearly conference of all the scammers. I don't know. But it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. You can't have 20,000 people join your company in 2024 and only have 1,100 subscribers. Even Rob Worley's in the chat room's got more than that in his YouTube channel. How many have you got now, Rob? The Bullman's here.
Oh, no, it's the Bullman.
There he is. Look, Rob, a stutterer, he says things a couple of times before you get to understand what he's saying, has got 1,500 subscribers, and he's a one-man band. He's an antique dealer, and every now and again you'll find content in here about antiques. Now, Rob could be hired to do Travorium's stuff. And look,
Rob, I recommended the McGuire program to a gentleman a week ago.
Oh, there you go. Look, he even shows pictures of his pussycat. Well, it's Rob.
Do I need to do them? No. Do I get anything out of it? Well.
So it's a laugh, man. So what I'm getting at here with the public footprint doesn't match up to the story. Everything's glitz and glamour, big time talk, big talk. And at the end of the day, if you go to the YouTube channel, they've only got 1,100 subscribers. It's dumb. Okay, and then total views, 64,000. Well, I just got myself in a video with CoffeeZilla that's had 4 million views exposing the scam. So I must have a voice. I've got more views. My biggest looked at video ever, right? While we're talking YouTube channels, is got more views than your whole channel. If I go to videos, guess what my biggest, my most popular video is, ladies and gentlemen? 200,000 people have viewed this.
He's going to start doing what he does.
And I'm not even in the bloody video.
Right. First thing you do is you get...
And I took that video off because it had nothing to do with my YouTube channel. My mate begged me to put it back because that's his demo on how to do a brown trout. We hit the algorithm. So I put it back and now it's got 200,000. That's my biggest video. Crazy. Anyway, we're going to carry on, guys. It's on its own. It proves absolutely nothing. Subscriber counts do not determine whether a company is legit, successful, or profitable. Many MLM companies operate primarily through Zoom meetings illegally because you're not allowed to use Zoom to do multi-level marketing. If you want me to bring that out, Section 8 of Zoom's own user policy states you're not allowed to use it to do multi-level marketing. And the first thing you'll find in the training videos is to use Zoom to recruit people. Facebook groups, Telegram channels, apps, chat rooms, word of mouth referrals, rather than public-facing platforms. Why don't you go and do some more public-facing marketing rather than hiding in the shadows of social media? Nevertheless, what have we got here? So we're just going to go past. Yo.
That is a point you have not brought up in a long time. All you rat bastards that want to see us in court, you better recognize that you have to bring evidence that you are allowed to use Zoom without their policy. We are bringing public information to light and creating the awareness around that light to the fact that you people are doing things you're not supposed to be doing. So if you want to bring us to court, we're going to take you through an evidentiary deposition, and you have to answer the question, why are you using Zoom against their own policies? And then that goes on the record, you stupid sons of bitches.
Woo! Unauthorized multi-level marketing. Are you authorized to use Zoom to market Travorium? That's what we're asking. And that's on Zoom's Section 8 policy. Here are acceptable user guidelines. And that's trust. You know, it's number 8. 8, violence, extortionist groups. Maybe it's there. Ah, no, it's one above. All right, let's carry on. Let's go. We're nearly there. So we've gone through, looked at your social media. It doesn't always add up. And questions Travorium should answer. After reviewing the corporate presentations and all that other rubbish, how many active Travorium memberships are held by genuine retail customers who have no interest in participating in the compensation plan? How many people are using your travel card that aren't recruiting? We want to know those figures. What percentage of the company revenue comes from actual travel bookings compared with recruiting membership fees? We want to know how many people are using your services and booking their holidays versus the recruitment fees. Where does the money travel in your company? How many participants earns more money than they spend on memberships, events, marketing, and other business-related costs? How many members leave within the first year? Give us those stats in your how many countries continue reviewing their memberships long term? Like, what's your longest member? How many of your members have maintained memberships for how long? There are also important questions surrounding the income opportunity itself. How many people have achieved ambassador rank? Give us a number. How many people reach higher levels than presidential ambassador, chairman, or executive chairman? We'd love to know. How many people are driving those BMWs? Are those BMWs owned or leased to them? And perhaps the most importantly, how many participants have actually achieved the income levels highlighted throughout the company's presentation or compensation material? So these answers we'd like answered. I'm just going to bypass that. The questions I could not shake. I began this investigation expecting to review a travel company. What I found was a business that spends a remarkable amount of time discussing compensation plans, organizational growth, ranked achievements, residual income, and recruitment systems. The travel product is unquestionably part of the offering, and some members may well find value in the discounts, world tours, and travel benefits being promoted. However, after working through the company's presentations, the training material, the compensation plan, the income disclosures, the historical background, it became increasingly difficult to ignore how heavily the opportunity relies on building and expanding a network of paying members. If people didn't sign up for your travel card, would your company survive? Nothing I found proves that Travorium is operating unlawfully. Nothing I found proves that members cannot save money on travel. Nothing I found proves that commissions cannot be earned. At the same time, the company own income disclosure statement shows that more than 88% of participants earn no income. While much of the marketing focuses on the success stories, leadership ranks, and lifestyle rewards achieved by the relatively small percentage of participants. For me, the disconnect sits at the heart of this investigation. On one side, the promise of travel, freedom, flexibility, and financial opportunity. On the other side, the realities reveal realities. Is that right? Realities? I think I got that right.
Realities.
Revealed by the company's own disclosures, compensation requirements, and recruitment-driven structures. Prospective members deserve to understand both sides before making a decision. Okay, so you can market it one way and highlight the good stuff and maybe put in small print the shady stuff or the stuff that people don't read. But we want an equal perspective. The pros and the cons is what they call it in the real world. After reviewing everything, I could not find one question. One question remained with me from the beginning to the end. If recruitment disappeared tomorrow, would Travorium still be a thriving travel company, or would there be be very little business left at all? So are you a recruitment company or are you a travel discount company? And if people stop buying your membership cards, would the company fall over? Hey, how many people are at the top of your pyramid earning the money you claim? Give us a number. We'd love to hear from you guys. I think I've done my dash, and I think it would be rude not to start up with our song, end with our song.
Your bags, we're heading to Rome. Luxury villas and a second home. A better life, a better way. Just sign up today and you'll be okay. They showed me beaches, yachts and pools. Told me Warren Buffett wrote the rules. Make money while you sleep, they said with a grin. But first recruit 3 people to get in. I came for travel, sunshine, and fun, but somehow ended up chasing everyone. I wanted holidays, cocktails, and sea. Now I'm messaging strangers at 3:30. 3 to profitability. That's the secret they sold to me. I booked a trip but spent the whole flight recruiting passengers left and right. 3 to profitability. Living the dream supposedly. I came for travel across the globe. Now I'm pitching memberships from my hotel robe. The ambassador lifestyle looked so sweet. Luxury resorts and a front row seat. Rolex watches, bonus pools, recognition events, and leadership tools. But then I found the income sheet. The numbers made me leave my seat. 88% earn nothing at all, yet everybody standing 10 feet tall. The slides kept climbing higher and higher. Chairman, executive chairman, desire. 96 grand fast he could light up a room. Every question had the same reply. You just don't like MLMs was why. Maybe the travel savings are real. Maybe some people close the deal. But one question follows wherever I roam. Would they survive if recruiting went home? Free to profitability still sounds funny now to me. Travel the world, that's what they claim. But recruiting seems to be the main game. Free to profitability, a travel club or opportunity. The beaches are nice, the photos look great, but somebody's got to fill the next rank slate. I finally made it to Paradise Shore, phone in my hand, recruiting some more. The ocean was blue, the weather was calm. I spent my whole holiday building a downline.
There you go, guys. And we'll start that one off again. So I'm Danny DeHeck, and we are the Avengers. We will go there where no one else goes. We have done a deep dive into Travorium. We hopefully that if somebody's trying to pitch that to you and you generally want a travel card, do your due diligence. Do check out that you can book your accommodation easily. Ring up the accommodation that you're staying at before you arrive and make sure that your card actually works and your discounts have been applied. If you're going to recruit your friends and family into this, remember that it is a pay-to-play system where you cannot sign up for Travorium unless you actually have a referrer or somebody underneath you, which would indicate this is a multi-level marketing company rather than a travel company. Hey, I've been to 40 countries. I think I've been over to 35 countries. I love to travel. I've never used a travel company. I always use my credit card to pay for everything. Sometimes I get a few rewards from my travel card, from my Visa or MasterCard I use for my travel, and it's a joy. But rather than paying $1,000 US a year just to have a travel card with the promise that if you find 3 other people to actually also do the same.
Pay 1,000 as well.
Eh?
Find 300 people to pay $1,000 as well.
Yeah. So as Richard said, you might as well go to the bank and see if you can get a loan to buy the company. What's the guy that does the blades? Gillette. He loved the company so much. He bought the company.
Gillette man.
He's no friend. He's no friend of mine, and he's no friend of Richard's. So yeah, I like Gillette so much. I bought the company. Well, that's it. All right, guys. Hey, look, it's been awesome. Hope you've enjoyed that. Sorry for the rough start. It's been a bit of a long day for Danny. It is 21 minutes past 5. I will hopefully get to my my running group when it's time for drinkies, and I'll have a beer. Thank you for the donations I got today, and thank you, Rob, for the donation you gave me yesterday. I know that was very much appreciated, and hopefully you enjoyed the reply that we got from people. So if you do want to support the work that we do, please do throw money at us. We do quite like that. I promise you I will use it on a good VPN if I can find one that doesn't slow my broadcast down when I'm broadcasting live. All right, guys, love you, mean it. You're awesome. Thanks for being here, and hopefully you've enjoyed our explanation of how Travorium is just a fantastic company to be part of, and you will make lots of money by being a member of their reward system. It's only $130 a month, and if you refer somebody, you'll get $50. And if you recruit 8 people on your left leg and 8 people on your right leg, you will get a passive income of $500 a month, and you can use that $500 a month towards your travel points that you can redeem if you can find availability, because sometimes we're a little bit booked out, if you know what I mean. Do your research on the reviews online as well. Go to the Better Business Bureau, put in whatever their stupid name is, and search and see other people's travel experience and see whether you want to have the same experience when traveling. I'm Danny. And these are the 2 Avengers, one in my ear this ear and one on the other ear. It's good night from me and it's good night from them, as the 2 Ronnies used to say. I know it was Benny Hill. Always get them mixed up. See you guys.